everybody, and welcome back to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I'm your whimsical DM, Victoria, and we're gonna play some D&D probably tonight. But before we maybe do that, we should do some announcements and a recap. So I'm gonna pass it off to Kristy for the announcements, which, as we all know, she does live every week. So Kristy, if you wouldn't mind.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Now, here's a word from our sponsors. Little Dragon Core is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. I mean, look at all these pretty dicey boys. Head on over to littledragoncorp.com and enter the coupon code BONUS for 15% off your order. That's BONUS. Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some additional music that we use here on Thursday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rights, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Provo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, hi. We're back. Kristy did her announcements. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, Kristy. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. I think we need a recap. Ink help.
Yeah, hi. So last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the party completed their transition from hither to thither. Thither seems to be a realm that is almost entirely encapsulated by a dense Feywild forest. So it's time for the party to go camping, which primarily consists of eating strange plants, looking at mushrooms, and waiting for our party member that can fly to properly navigate us. Clover goes above the tree canopy to get a view of the land and sees a lot of different landmarks. One being a river that seems to run through most of thither. I just messed it up immediately. That Ego thinks would be a good way to navigate if we could reach the river, and also, now that we don't know if the inn at the end of the road will be able to follow us beyond the fog, it would be good to start relying more on making sure we have water, making sure we have food, where Aurum gets to definitely flex his survival skills, able to locate mushrooms that the party can eat and water that they can drink. The party all enjoys a mushroom that turns out to be a elder cap, which temporarily ages them all into much older versions of themselves, much to Clapperclaw's amusement. They also eat some petals of a... It's not a sunflower, but it's like a sunflower.
It's like a sunset flower.
Light bloom. Yeah, it's
just called
a flower
sunset
that
flower.
can basically it can make light. Deciding where to go first, Clover asked Clapperclaw about a nearby cave that she had seen, which had some kind of golden shimmering light coming out of it. And Clapperclaw said that is the cave of a man named Nib, who is a rather nice man, and would possibly be a good person to go to get a lay of the land. So the party decides to start moving in that direction, but not before finding some tracks of a very, very large creature. No one is really sure what kind of creature this is. It seems four-legged and clawed, and Ego is able to find out that it seemed to be able to make massive leaps, breaking up through the tree canopy. Whether or not it can fly, hard to tell, but it's definitely got the hops. The party makes their way to Nib's cave, where they learn that he is from the material plane as they are, and specifically from Waterdeep, where Dawn hails from, but possibly from some time ago. He was essentially a landlord in Waterdeep who manipulated and exploited his tenants to amass a large amount of wealth, but then in seemingly wanting to repent for his life of exploitation, made a deal with the hag of this realm, Granny Nightshade, to sort of atone for his life. And so all of the gold that he accrued from his deeds in Waterdeep now must be spun on a special magical loom, and he must make gifts for anyone that comes to see him from this gold and give it freely, all the while being tormented by these illusory spirits of the people that he wronged, and possibly maybe lost their lives due to his exploitation, or at least did not live as good of a life as they could. The party speaks with him for some time. He shares some gifts with them. Aurum attempts to provide a gift of his own by taking what little gold he had accrued here in the Feywild and add it to the pile, but this proves to be very concerning to Nib, as his gold specifically is cursed, and the curse will follow anyone who tries to take from it, and now Aurum's gold was mixed in with the overall pile. But Aurum tries to assuage the fact that he doesn't need money where he comes from. The party speaks with Nib for a little bit longer and then decides it's probably time to move on, thanking him for his gifts. And they try to make their way towards the river, where they encounter an owl bear that is tied with a sort of yoke to a golden chariot that seems to have elvish stylings on it, with no rider to be seen. Aurum attempts to find the rider and denote and learns that the tracks kind of go back even more than a day. So it's very possible that if there is a rider, they may be dead or very far away. Ego, noticing the elvish stylings of the chariot, asks if Dawn can try to command the owlbear using elvish words, which does seem to work. It goes when he says go, it comes when he says come, and it stops when he says stop. So the party was just about to sort of collect this chariot and also their horse that they have back stilts, and journey together as a group and maybe see if they can find the elves that this chariot comes from to return it, but also to have a little bit of faster transportation for the time being. I think that's... Oh, I did miss. We did find a wanted poster, I should say. That was the only other thing. Granny Nightshade was looking for a child and offering a reward for anyone that could find them. The party decided to take the copy of the poster, not to turn the child in, but to hopefully learn a little bit more about Granny Nightshade from someone that seems to be a bit of a thorn in her side. I think that is pretty much everything that happened. We are in the forest. We definitely should be at Church Brothers. We should be at the monastery, but unfortunately we find ourselves here instead. So that is what we must do.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for that. You may take a D6 Bardic Inspiration for your contributions to the stream. And Kristy will get one too when she is back. But yeah, so you have... Let me change the music up from the intro music to something a little bit more sprightly.
I'm just gonna reach over and I'm just gonna like eat her inspiration while she's gone.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Just like eat her as well. All of it.
Yeah.
You know that like video of like the cat on the green screen where it's just like crunching on something? That is me eating her inspiration.
Yeah. It's Monkey Cat Luna.
Yeah.
People will put like pictures of dice and Legos with her. But yeah, so you found this owlbear. You have intuited that her name is Juniper, and when Aurum investigated the tracks, they seem to go off into the forest, but based on the like leaf litter and animal tracks nearby, it seems like it's been about a day since the chariot came out of the forest nearby. And in wanting to stay in visual range of the party, you did not investigate further back beyond like the kind of like spot where the trees get more dense. But yeah, you are there. Juniper is there. Juniper is like kind of cocking her head and like making like growly like hooting noises. Seems to be like looking at Dawn because Dawn is the one issuing commands right now.
Yeah. Should we try and follow those tracks back to wherever this owlbear came from, or should we just follow the river up north to some of those other landmarks that Clover pointed out?
I can see this. I can see this tracks pretty good. So I think if we follow the tracks, we might have a better time. Right now.
Might help. Yeah, it's gonna take us further from the river, but it'll help us figure out what to do with this owl bear thing. And if there's an owner around to take it, we can't just go off of it. We can't just go off with it ourselves, is what I'm sort of am picking up what is being put down in this place.
All right.
So we might as well, exhaust every avenue of exploration.
All right. In that case, might I give a possible suggestion of sort of our marching order? Just because we still don't know what sort of threats might be here. I was thinking, Aurum, you would have to be in front, obviously, because you're following the tracks. And then I was thinking Dawn should probably be in the chariot because you can direct Juniper. And just because he is small and excitable, maybe you could have Clapperclaw in the chariot with you. And then I could follow on stilts, and either... since I'm small and she's small, Clover could either join me on stilts or she could fly above.
Oh my god, the music cue. It's not that deep.
I love when music does that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what do we think about that? There you go. What do we think about that marching order?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I love leading. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
I mean, we're gonna have to go at Aurum's pace if he's in front of the chariot and not on stilts.
I mean, I can go pretty fast. I think I could be faster than the owlbear, to be honest.
I somehow doubt that.
Oh. All right, we gonna race then? Oh, is that what you want? You want to race me?
Let's don't do it. Really.
Maybe we shouldn't just run off into the woods at the fastest, loudest speeds we could go.
You're right. You're right. We need to follow the tracks.
Yeah.
It's smart.
And we should go slow because if something caught them by surprise, we would like to not meet the same fate.
I thought you were going to say
Right?
demise.
That would be more poetic and also a bit darker. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are gonna follow the tracks.
I think so.
Gonna do my best to get. I don't think I've ever ridden on stilts before, and stilts doesn't have a saddle, right?
I don't believe so.
All right, I'm gonna try and have my horse. Ego's going to try and awaken their horse girl moment and try and ride a horse bareback.
Okay. So we've got Egos on the horse. We've got Aurum leading in the front. The chariot pulled by
I
Juniper
have a skirt. I have
has
to ride side saddle.
that's true. Has Dawn and Clapperclaw in it, and then for Clover, are you going to fly or are you going to get on the horse with Ego?
I'll try to fly, but if I can't keep up, then I'll go on the horse.
Okay, cool. So, Aurum,
Stretch my wings.
do you have any particular like ranger specific skills when it comes to like tracking things, or like just before I ask you to roll a survival check, is there anything that you want to like do?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
You sound unsure.
I'm reading.
Come on, ranger. That is true. A lot of ranger abilities are like weirdly three
Are very
paragraphs.
specific and long. Yeah, you got
Uh,
favorite enemy, natural explorer.
Yeah,
Although
the
you're-
natural explorer.
Your terrain is probably grassland, isn't it?
My terrain is grassland.
Yeah,
Oh
And
yeah,
I don't.
this is
I don't have
forest.
favorite enemy. I have favored foe.
your favorite foe. Okay, gotcha.
Use the
Um,
alternate.
I can use primeval awareness. I'll use primeval awareness.
Okay.
Expend a
What
spell
does that
slot.
do?
So I use a spell slot. As an action, you can expend one ranger spell slot. 1 minute per level of spell slot. So I get 1 minute of this to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you.
Okay.
I can
Oh.
bet one of those is
I
within a mile of
yeah,
you.
I think there might be one of them that's definitely going to come off.
I don't get a location actually, but that's fine. We're doing it anyway.
Okay.
I'd like to know if there's a dragon around.
I have to
Within
look
a
up.
mile.
I have to look up.
I think it'd be cool to know just if anything else other than Fae is around us.
No,
right?
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Um,
he's like picking up some of the dirt, and he's like, "Is this
this dirt tastes
vibe?"
weird. Weird tasting dirt.
Mm.
Okay, so what does it look like when Aurum like is doing this and like casting his awareness into his surroundings? Like, what's flavor it for me? Paint us a word picture, please, while I look up some creature types.
I think for this, for once you see Aurum like stop and like start to breathe, almost like entering like a meditative state. And he gets down close to the ground and like kind of just draws like a little like circle type thing in the ground around him, like in the dirt, with his claws, and then just kind of like digs his claws into the dirt, and you see like little golden sparkles come off of his arms and enter the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So, you do this, and this map has this, like, scale in miles thing, but since this is kind of like a contained region, I think you get, like, you can cast a little bit of a wider net. So I'm gonna paint a little circle on here.
I'm not in Roll20 yet. It's loaded.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought I was in it, but I had just sat at the page.
You're all good.
I did the exact same thing.
Refresh.
Okay, I'm
It
there
did
now.
the same thing to me.
So, you get, like, this pink circle of range.
Okay.
And you cast your awareness out. Let me look up one other thing. What is that called?
And if you need me to list the things again, just let me know.
I have it up. I just need to check
Okay.
one thing. Okay. You you kind of like feel these like golden, like almost like roots like stretch out like in this like awareness, and kind of like how like plants can like communicate with each other like through like chemical and electrical like impulse kind of things in the ground. You kind of like get that sense as like the nature around you kind of like tells you what's going on. Obviously you get a lot of that sparkly like kind of pinkish like sunset color like energy coming back to you for Faye, obviously. You would also get a ping for celestial. There is a celestial creature in this range, which is this kind of like pale golden like energy that comes back to you. And then there's something like a little weird. It's not necessarily a creature that is there now, but very recently you get this like fading whiff of a dragon that was nearby. But it is no longer in the space. You can confidently say that.
I will relay this to the whole party. This is what I got.
It's probably good.
Thankful that a dragon has moved on. Surprised that there are so many in the Fae. That being said, though, Clover, you may have to also watch the skies and not just below you.
Good point. I think hearing that, I will start actively trying to like keep an eye above us now that I know there's a dragon around somewhere.
There
Yeah.
was a large mountain you said was in sort of the center-ish of this space, right? Or we're by some like mountains or plateaus, so
Yeah. That way.
alright. Well,
I guess I'll just fly up and
thankfully
down
there's a
between-
tree canopy.
Yeah. I think every like 15 minutes or so, maybe even every 10 minutes, I'll go up above the party as we're traveling just to get a look, and then go back down underneath the canopy to stick with the group.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Alrighty, so then, for Aurum, and, if anybody else wants to contribute to this, feel free to speak up, but I'm gonna need you to roll a survival check to see how well you can follow these tracks. And for Clover, just roll like a general perception check, since you're kind of keeping an eye out.
Sure.
You said survival?
Yes.
That's gonna be a 12.
Okay.
I don't think I have any magic that can help you. I don't have enhance ability. I thought about it though.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that gives me advantage
Hey!
either, or any sort of bonus. I'm looking though.
And then for Dawn, how are you... I'm Juniper, what are you saying to me?
Basically, it's probably kind of a little bit of a rough ride, because while he's trying to, like, you know, have Juniper stay on track, he's trying out different words that you would use on an animal. Like, he doesn't know what, because he could just mentally communicate with his horse and have it do what he wants. But he has to, like, use code words, so he's trying to figure out, like, Is there a code that tells it to like start walking instead of immediately like bounding off like it does when I tell it to go? Is there one for sit? Is there one for like roll over?
Yeah. So why don't you just give me like a straight intelligence roll?
Oh boy. I'm not that intelligent.
You know math.
More
Well,
intelligent.
you are proficient in Elven, so you can add your proficiency bonus.
Cool. That makes that 15 or 17.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're able to. It takes you like a little bit of time. Because it's like Elven's not necessarily a language that you use on the day-to-day. It's probably like an elective that you took in school. Just because you know that there's that like it's in the banking profession, like that's where like a lot of the really like good business sits because they live for such a long time that like if you bank for like an elf, like you're set for life because they will outlive you. So I think you have to like
They generate insane interest.
Yeah. So I think you have to like dig into your memory a little bit, and it definitely does take some time because like you know, like going like telling it go or like hiya or like mush or whatever, it like Juniper just starts like bounding off. But I think eventually like you get the word. It's not even for like walk, it's for like meander. And you basically have to tell Juniper to meander, and then she will like walk at a more leisurely pace. And Clapperclaw is having a great time. Every time Juniper like takes off bolting, he's like and like just having a fun, really great time, and is like listening to you say words in like Elvish and is then repeating them. Which probably also slows down your progress with like getting a list of commands down for Juniper. Because it's Clapperclaw and he doesn't shut up.
It's probably like I actually really need to focus. If you keep shouting commands after me, you're gonna confuse it.
Yeah, I think Clapperclaw, out of respect, will stop saying commands in Elvish, but just starts is just babbling, as he is wont to do, which I will save you all, for now, from me doing that. But so for Aurum, okay, let me go to Clover really quick. So for Clover, it's a little bit trickier, like, keeping an eye on things here. When you were, like, in the swamps, like, you knew that if you just, like, went above, like, the fog layer, you could, like, see pretty well. But there are, like, so many trees here, and they are so dense, and they're of all different, like, types and heights, that, like, you're kind of, it's not that you're doing a bad job of looking out, but, like, you keep getting caught on branches, and, like, you know, there's, like, lots of, like, little bugs and, like, just, like, little critters and, like, you know, you might be flying through, like, the tree cover and then, like, a squirrel, like, jumps out and starts chittering at you and it's just, like, a little bit distracting and it's just, like, the swamps were actually more peaceful than this because it was just water noises, bugs, and frogs, but this is, like, the leaves are rustling, you hear water, there's so many different animals, there's bugs, like there's wind coming through, it's a little bit overwhelming, I think, and you are having a bit of a hard time adequately, like, keeping an eye out on everything, but you're trying your best. Is there anything that Ego wanted to do? Other than ride Stilts? Oh, well, I guess you need to make an animal, well, Stilts is a good horse.
Stilts is being mentally commanded, so I'm hoping that is
mentally
pretty taken care of.
Are you? I was gonna say, what are you mentally commanding Stilts to do?
I'm probably not having Stilts be an asshole. I'm probably just having. I'm going to say Stilts. You know, keep up with Juniper, like, stay behind her unless I tell you otherwise, and get along.
Yeah, you definitely get some resentment. Like you're just getting an air of like, so you've upgraded now, huh? Like you're feeling like almost being accused of like cheating. Like if you've ever seen Centaur World, and the horse thinks that rider is like riding another horse, and it's like Jenny Apples or whatever. It's like that, feeling a little bit put out, but begrudgingly obeys your commands. Ego, just give me like a general dex check.
General dex check.
Yeah, because the horse
Alrighty.
is doing what it is commanded to do, but let's see how good you are. You are an incredible horse rider. You are like gifted at this. Like you are like the wind is like flowing through your hat. Like you just are really like getting into the movements. It's almost kind of like the dancing that you like to do for your blade song, and you can just kind of like let yourself go and like be in this moment with this
Ooh.
connection to this beast. And like you are going full horse girl.
Wonderful. I am having my horse girl moment. I was going to ask if it is still too rambunctious to do a ritual casting, which is fine if it is, if riding a horse requires a bit more of my focus.
Yeah, you're doing well at it, but like you still especially because there's no tack, like you have to hold on. So you would need to. It might be possible in the chariot.
Yeah,
depending on the pace, but yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. In that case, mine is having my horse girl moment. Since most people are probably looking ahead or down at the ground for the tracks, I would like to be looking up in the trees. I feel like ever since we got here, Ego has a little bit of that anxiety of like something will drop down from the trees or something will like snatch Clover from above her because she's so used to being the highest up that she doesn't think about something even higher up than her grabbing her. So I think that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm you can reduce it to like I'm being a lookout, but I'm specifically looking at the trees.
Yeah, give me a perception check. And then we will get to Aurum.
Alrighty. 18!
Yep. Okay, cool, yeah. You are keeping an eye out, and we will get to what you may or may not see in a moment. Jamie, are you good?
Yeah, I actually need to relog Discord, I think, because everybody is super choppy for me.
Okay.
Imagine.
I don't know what's going on.
You might
I
need
reset
to.
my Wi-Fi and everything.
Did you go to your task manager and you might have to remember that time that I had like 7 instances of Discord running, even though I only had the one window and I had to task manager cancel out of all of them?
Yes.
You might have to do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that really quick. I have 6 instances running right now, so I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart. I'll be right back.
Go. Damn, Vic called it.
Yeah. Aw, look at him, he's frozen.
Just a happy little guy.
Some happy little trees.
Happy little trees. There he goes.
Hello?
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 Everybody sounds a lot better now.
Nice.
So I think we're good.
Good stuff.
GG.
Right, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Aurum, tracking in the forest is a little bit trickier for you. You are very at home in like a grassland where like you have a very long field of vision. Like it goes very, very far and things are very flat. This terrain is hilly and it is deeply forested, and you're still getting adjusted to like the fact that like you can't just like see. You can just see everything. So it takes you some time and just like getting used to like, okay, the tracks didn't vanish, they just like went over like fallen leaves and temporarily disappeared. But so it takes you some time. You lose your way a couple times. But you are able to eventually like get back on track and keep following these like little chariot. Oh my god, I was like, it's not a fucking wagon, what is it? Chariot wheels back through the forest. It seems like this path roughly keeps like parallel to this river, just as like a natural landmark for travel. And you get the sense... do I need... let me check one thing. I gotta look at your character sheet really quick. Where are you? There he is.
Right, you
So...
just grab my character sheet.
I did, I'm looking at it. Make an insight check.
Ooh.
6.
6 total?
6 total.
Okay. Yeah, like there's the movement of the tracks, like it seems a little strange for the first like maybe like hour of this journeying. You're not quite able to put your finger on like why, but it just seems weird. Eventually you reach a point in the forest where the tracks like very suddenly like turn. They go from like going this way to like almost like a 90-degree angle from another direction. And you look around in like all of like the dirt around you, and like you something about like this area seems a little odd. But you're not quite sure why. Yeah.
That whole area is weird.
What do you mean?
This just doesn't make sense.
Can I fly down and see what he's looking at?
Yeah, you can see the tracks in the dirt here. Like there's a very sharp angle in the tracks that like the wagon or like the little like the way that the chariot would move, like it can't just like instantly change direction. It has to curve. So like the fact that there's like an angular cut in the tracks here and like some dirt thrown around is like a little bit odd to you. Ego.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna turn to Ego like, help! You're the smart one.
You look up and you kind of see a little bit of a familiar sight here. In a way. But it's a bit different from what you saw before. Instead of like branches being broken as if something had like gone up, you see branches broken down.
Landed. I think Ego... I don't know if Ego would tell everyone to stop, but would just kind of bring up like, hey, just because I saw them earlier, the branches, they're broken like I saw before, but it wasn't jumping up this time. Something was coming down.
That's not good.
Did it jump all the way over here? Or it can fly. Can I judge by how many? So, because we saw the footprints of a creature.
Mm-hmm. It was like pushing.
And does it look like? Yeah. Does it look like? I mean, I guess they could see if any more of those tracks are around. But does it look like, judging by how many like branches are broken, like how big of a creature could this possibly be? You know, can I try to like Sherlock Holmes look at the broken branches and sort of like, you know, like carve out a silhouette in my
diameter and the weight at which it landed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the dragon we sensed?
At the very least, like figuring out if it's D&D classed as large or huge. You know, like, because the difference between those two is pretty dramatic.
Yeah. So, roll an investigation check.
I am good at those.
Yes, you are.
Okay. 20. Even.
Yeah. You look around at the way that the branches have broken and like the size of the gap that's here in the trees. And even though this was kind of like a natural almost clearing. Like, you're able to see the size of the gap that was made by, like, something coming through. And you would speculate that, like, this is a big creature. This is potentially huge or gargantuan creature.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking gargantuan, honestly.
Yeah, okay. So Eagle will continue and say, and look, the break starts on that end, and it continues, and I point with my other hand all the way over there. And they're broken sort of at like the same... It's not it jumped and landed, it didn't land and then jump up again. That is from the same fall. This thing is big.
You see, like, there's, like, something fluttering in one of the broken branches.
Wait.
Maybe 20 feet
there's
up.
something else.
Where?
Oh,
Clover.
fuck.
I'll fly up there.
Don't get too close. It's about 20 feet up. It's over there.
Okay, I'll just go
Do you
straight
see
up. Yeah, I'll go straight up to see if I can get a better vantage point. I'm not gonna go towards it, but I'm just going above where my group is.
Yeah, you can see where she's pointing at. It's something small, like, that seems to be, like, stuck in the branches. It's not moving the way that, like, a tree or, like, leaves would. And it has, like, a different coloring than the trees around here.
I'll go closer.
Okay. Yeah, you find this, like, shred. It almost looks like fabric, like this very fine piece of cloth, that seems to be, very, like, artistically made and has this very, like, naturalistic style, like, woven into the thread. Then it's this very, very fine gold, like, stitching woven into it. And there's, like, a little bit of, like, some kind of, like, brown, like, dried... Seems like there's almost, like, a dried liquid on it.
Like dried blood.
This elf was riding this chariot and something just scooped it up like an eagle.
I'll bring the fabric to Ego.
Yep, Ego, the pattern is very similar to the design, like, scroll work on this chariot.
It matches the chariot, which I would say would be elvish. It could very well have belonged to the rider. What is that stain? If I
know
can
what it is.
determine it. It's and it is covered in blood. I think that our rider was picked off by something very big, and I think it can fly. I don't want to insinuate any particular creature, but Aurum did say that there was a hint of a dragon not currently here, but those initial tracks you said traced back to about a day. I think we need to be very careful. I think it's possible that the forest around here could be a dragon's hunting ground. And it's not a child like the one that we encountered before. It's an adult.
Great.
I'm gonna fly over to Juniper and just give her some, like, comforting pets upon this realization that her rider is probably gone. Like, gone.
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
Oh, Don was just gonna say, so what now?
Well, now I feel like it's more important that if we're gonna follow the forest, we follow it while still under the tree cover.
Didn't really seem to do too much to help this guy.
Yeah, it looks like it just went right through the trees.
I understand that, but I would still say that that's better than walking out in the open.
Could we still stay?
Unless you would rather...
Could we still stay within the boundary of the trees but follow the river? Like, as long as it's like...
Yeah, I was going to say, we can't go through the trees if we're still navigating with a chariot.
Well, why don't we let the the owl bear go.
We could let her go. Maybe
You don't just let
maybe
them.
if you
You don't just let domesticated animals go. They don't have the skills necessarily to survive in the wild.
but no, but maybe a command like just telling her to go home. Maybe she knows like how to get back to wherever she comes from.
And then where are we going from there?
Well, if it seems like she's going in a particular direction, we could try to follow her. That would maybe lead us to a community of people, or we could go our own way. Because if she was already targeted once by a dragon, maybe she'll be targeted again and we go in another direction.
I don't want to leave her
I
alone.
personally vote for if we can direct her to return home to go with her, because we still don't know that much about where we are or what things we have to deal with other than possibly a dragon and an old hag.
Okay.
Does Clapperclaw know about any dragons here?
You ask him?
Yeah. Do you know? Are you friends with any? Are they mean? Is there one here?
Dragons. I don't really know. I don't really. What do you? So, like, is a dragon like sometimes on like the toys that Granny Nightshade would make the kids make? They would have to like paint. Like they said that they were painting little dragons, and they would just kind of have like claws, and it'd be kind of like a lizard. And like sometimes she would have them make like little stuffed dragons, and they would be like full of nails and stuff like that. Do you mean like that?
Yeah, but big and alive.
Oh, big and alive? I don't think I ever saw any that flew around. I never saw a dragon eat a mushroom, and I never heard the crows talk about a dragon. Let me check something really quick.
I mean, if the dragon has a certain hunting ground, maybe if Clapperclaw never like faded into that area, might not have never saw one.
I'm just checking one thing.
All good. I vote we either continue following the river up to the place where we need to talk to the hag, or we ask Juniper to find home and we go with her. I don't really want to leave her alone.
Yeah,
We
no, I
can
don't
try
really
the
ever.
command.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it was just we can try the command. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go.
Clapperclaw will say, I don't think I ever really like saw any kind of dragon. It's kind of hard to see through the trees, but I feel like I probably definitely would have seen like if there's like a really big creature and it was like scary lizard flying and eating people. I mean, like, there's like a lot of people. There's like the whole goblin market at Loomlurch, and like they kind of just hang around, and like then there's all like the little kids, and they're like kind of weak and sad from working all the time, and they get sick a lot. So I feel like if a dragon was going to come around, it probably would have come and it would have eaten everybody that was there. But then Granny Nightshade would have been really, really mad. So I don't think that there was a dragon that I saw.
Okay.
Well,
I ain't scared of a dragon. I ain't scared of a hag. I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do. So
yeah, that makes one of us who isn't scared of a dragon. So,
we already killed one. So I mean, what's another one? It's a little bit bigger. Like
it's a lot bigger.
Not a little bit. It is a lot bigger. To be fair.
But I think following the owlbear might be a better idea.
Yeah. I'll basically try a whole bunch of different turns until I find the one that.
We've been abandoned.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Wait, hold on before you go. Do we let it out?
No.
Oh, like no, I don't think we do that.
But what if we get
Once again,
attacked?
I mean,
what do you mean? What if we get attacked? We're gonna get attacked regardless of if it's connected to the chariot.
Right, but it could fight for itself a little bit better if it wasn't connected to the chariot.
depending on what attacks us, I would prefer to have the speed.
Fair.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not
Well,
really
it-
concerned about it defending itself. I'm more concerned about it getting away. About us getting away.
We do have Clapper Claw.
We could always let it off the chariot and give it a break when we have a rest, like when we camp. It could also just doesn't always have to be in the chariot, but I think keeping the chariot's probably a smarter idea in the long run. But I
Can't.
even if we took the chariot off, I'd still want it. I'd still want to stick close to it.
I mean, I just feel bad. The beasts of burden like this, like you said, they get disconnected. This one's been connected for more than a day. It's gotta not feel great.
Well, next time.
Well, we
take
can
a break.
probably disconnect it when we're not worried about getting eaten. Yeah.
We'll
I
give
mean,
it a
yeah.
break.
Mhm. I wish we had a way to communicate with her. I wonder if she would have been able to tell us more.
Yeah, I think I already tried speaking telepathically, but because it doesn't know a language.
Yeah, it's just
We need speak with
Yeah.
animals.
Speak with animals.
If only I could swap my spells out.
I don't even.
I literally said that anybody who doesn't have anybody like a warlock or whatever, wizards are the exception to this because they can just get infinite
I don't-
spells.
I don't
But any
think I
other
get speak with
casters
animals.
you can switch one spell in a long rest.
I would,
Yeah,
but
we're
it's
we're
not on my
long
list.
rest. Yeah. I can do it on a long
If we
rest,
still, yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
if we
that's
still
a homebrew.
have her after a long rest.
Because there's nothing like
can
picking like a half
bust that out.
caster or like some other limited caster and not realizing that you really wanted to have this certain spell,
Right.
and then
Or,
you're just
or
like
you
get fucked.
misunderstood
Well-
a spell.
That literally happened to me with
Well-
my very first character. I made Lilith. I didn't know that True Strike fucking sucked,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's a
and
cantrip.
I've
You can't
always
change
brought this
those.
up. I've always brought this up. There are 3 half casters. There's an intelligence half caster, there's a charisma half caster, and there's a wisdom half caster. 2 of the 3 of those can change their entire spell list on long rest, and 1 can't change diddly. Why can a paladin change all of their spells and a ranger can't?
Yeah,
Why
makes
Wizards
no
of the
sense.
Coast?
Yeah, that makes
Especially
no sense.
because druids can, and
Druids
clerics
can.
can.
Yeah.
So
But
that's a
but
homebrew
rangers
rule.
can't.
So like warlocks, rangers, any class that doesn't already get that ability, wizards again,
Yeah.
because they can just get scrolls. Sorry, but if you find a spell that and you're like, wow, I really wish I hadn't taken this, we can
Okay.
work that out. For
I
that's
will
for Ink
swap
and
out.
I. But yeah, you can go
Yeah.
swap out on a long
Okay.
rest. Oh,
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 reset. It updated. Finally updated. I called it.
There
they
it
said
is.
this was gonna happen.
they did say that it was gonna
You
happen.
prophesized it.
The prophecy.
Fulfilled.
All right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, now you can go.
He's probably knowing that they're elves and that he had to say some out of this, like, nobody uses meander, so he's probably looking for some really pompous word for like come back or return or go home. I'll try go home though
Okay.
to see if that works.
Yeah, you try a couple different like versions of this. I think you probably also try like a couple idioms that you know that are like elvish like sayings that have to do with like home. And Juniper's just kind of like looking at you, like tilting her head. I think when you say like return, she kind of like tries her best to turn the chariot and like go back to you.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem like she has any word for going back home
Okay.
that I can think of.
What if we just find a nice place a little bit of ways away from here. Take a long rest,
Okay.
and I could talk to her in the morning.
That's a good idea.
Fine by me.
Okay. Let's see. We could try and camp. We could see if there's another cave, one that's just like smaller, by like the ridges.
I don't know, man. I heard dragons like caves.
Then I mean, I guess just
Well, I know.
just here.
Which way is the river flowing?
Yeah, good question.
'Cause
The
if we could build a raft
river,
and just go all the way down.
the river, where you're at, it's kind of like basically if you're looking at that map, it's flowing from the right towards the left.
Okay.
Also, like you, what is your passive insight, Kristy, or for Clover?
10.
Okay.
Very basic bitch.
I think I know for a fact there's no dragons within like a mile of here.
That's true.
There were, but they're not now. So this probably is just a hunting ground. But if we found a cave here, it's probably not there.
Oh,
Most we'll find is like a bear or something. I'm not scared of a bear, so.
Why don't we go to like the base of the nearest mountain and I'll fly up and see if I can see a cave for us? See if I can see any openings that we could get to that's not too high up. I don't think.
Clover,
Yeah.
you do remember, seeing like this weird little thing?
What thing?
This like stony, like almost like a mountain or like a cliff that has a hole with a light coming out. You remember
Yeah,
seeing
that's
that?
true.
Over there?
We could move towards that.
That is where I want to go. That's
You did want to go there last time.
I don't know why, but Kristy the player has like a feeling to go there. So Clover's like, I don't know why, but I want to go to that. You know when a cat sees like a small hole or a box, it's like, I gotta fit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like right, that's in the direction that the river is flowing.
How far away is that? Like, do I think we could get there before night, like time for a rest, or are we going to be too exhausted?
We just gotta think of like a story for going to a cave with light or something.
Yeah, it's a little bit trickier than directly navigating
true,
to any
that's true.
location.
That's true. I mean, I do have
So yeah.
I do have minor illusion, so I could give them the actual visual of what I'm seeing.
You can, yeah.
I'll try that. I'll try showing them that, and whatever feeling they get from looking at that, they can think of.
Yeah, so this Clover makes this like little ball of like, first it's like almost this like dark purpley black cloud, and then there's these like little pinpricks of light that all like coalesce together and form this like image, and all of you see this sort of like stony like plateau, and it has this like perfectly circular hole in the center of it that light seems to be coming out of.
Hmm.
Do we want to go there now or go
Someone-
there tomorrow?
We should get as close as we can,
Okay.
I say. Get as close as we can, because there could be someone there. They could be friendly. They could not be. We just need to... We need to make progress, but be careful. But I think we should make our way there and see how far we can get. And if we get there, then we can try and scout it out.
Yeah.
Yep, fine by me. Yep.
Sorry, there's like weird noises.
I keep getting
Well,
weird
it's like I hear
noises too. I
people talk.
understand.
There's like people talking. I'm like, I'm in a whole ass house. Why are you being so fucking loud?
Come
I'm gonna. Yeah, so you're gonna try to head towards that that little stone with the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
I can hear them too. Sounds like ghosts.
Yeah. Can we go on a quick break? I need to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, sure, BB. We'll go on a break.
This is mad weird.
All right, BRB fam. Welcome back.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, what are you having for dinner?
Yeah, they asked you.
Ackle
Jamie?
wants to know. Me? What did I have for dinner? I already had dinner, Ackle. That's my good friend from...
Damn,
Dota.
Ackle might not even be here anymore because you literally abandoned them.
Sorry, Ackle. I had boiled peanuts.
That's crazy.
I had
That's
blue
so crazy.
cheese.
Boiled peanut.
Boiled peanuts.
Only
blue
boiled peanuts.
No. That was just the starter. Blue cheese and onion bulb, duck fat French fries. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Then I had.
That's too many words.
Yeah. And then I had a brunch burger that had hash browns, ham,
For dinner?
bacon, egg.
For dinner?
I'm getting
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah. The meat like patty thing, cheddar cheese, and another serving of fries.
Bro had
Wow.
like 3 animals on the same burger.
I was so hungry.
Wow, he had 3 animals and their unborn offspring.
And
all in
now
one meal.
this
The vegans
was-
are coming to your door.
Listen, I ate crazy because I am officially starting my diet so that I can start working out for real and lose some weight. So I was like, I'm gonna go crazy
Good for
tonight,
you.
and I'm gonna start eating better.
Nice. I need to get right there with you. Once I have any kitchen appliances, I think I'll be ready to do that. But you know, before we diet, we play D&D.
Yeah.
And we're back at it. So you all have decided to try to make your way through thither, kind of going in the direction of this little like rocky plateau with a hole in it. What's your like plan for getting there? You all have seen what it looks like now because Clover showed you.
Yeah. I mean, so here we have to think about like vibes that match the thing that we're trying to reach.
Well,
So,
roll an intelligence check for ego.
okay. You're like, that's not
Like-
right.
You're
Well,
wrong.
I was about to say, because we're in the area with, like, we think this lady has the
14.
key to the past, right?
Possibly.
I was
We
going to
think
say,
so, yeah.
I was going to
Memories.
say it might be related to a memory about relating to the place we want to go to.
Yeah, that sounds like the smarter version of what I tried to say.
I feel like you were like part of the way there. But yeah, I think ego would know also
You
that
can't
like
just make up vibes.
yeah. I think ego would also know that like, you know, you kind of had to like lean into like the past or like nostalgia or like childhood for the things that you've already done here, which is not many, but that's what you have to work off of, as opposed to when you were in hither, you had to like imagine yourself there in that
Yeah.
moment.
And then when we go to Yan, it's most likely that we'll have to imagine things that we want to do there.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, navigating here is going to be a bit hard for me. I did like 3 things as a kid. I don't have many memories.
Hold on, I'll
one
give
for
And
you
you
most
right
of them
now.
are
Hold on.
probably going to take...
Don
I
is
can
gonna
help you.
pick. Don is gonna pick up a rock and throw it at Ego.
Why?
Now you have a memory of a rock.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It is in the past now, as of like 10 seconds ago.
Just thinking of a... There's a lot of places we've seen that are related to rocks. That's not specific enough.
I don't know. We didn't need to think about what we did specifically at this lake to get to the lake.
You're not at the
River.
lake, you're at the river.
Yeah, the river. I meant to say.
Kind of looks like a keyhole or something. You ever look through a keyhole?
You definitely spied on your mom when she
Oh.
was doing rituals, yeah.
Wait, yeah. Wait. Yeah. I can think about peeping, because that's how I learned some of my first magic. Was peeping.
I don't think you should call it peeping.
I don't think you should say that out
Oh.
loud.
I don't think she should admit that.
I was peeping on my mom.
Oh no. We hate it.
Yikes!
I was spying
Better, yeah.
with
that's
my peepers.
better.
Jeepers, creepers.
Jeepers.
I blink and it does that like SpongeBob sound of it. They're like wink, wink. All right, I think about that. I think about a little bit about a rock being thrown at me, but mostly about looking through a keyhole.
Okay.
It's me.
I'm gonna think about one of the times where I was like kicked out of our house and it was like storming out and I only had my tent, but it was like really wet, so I had to find like a small cave to find shelter in with my tent to like hide myself from the rain and the wind. So I'm thinking of like a cave shelter
Okay.
while still holding the minor illusions, so I visualize it.
Don is thinking about how one time, back when he thought it was a good idea to have a roommate, they got mad at him, and they locked him out of his apartment, and he had to break back into his own house with a rock, and then neighbors who saw called the guard on him because they thought he was breaking into his own house and were also alarmed by his monstrous strength. And he had to explain to them that he lived here and his neighbor was just being a douchebag.
Oh
I mean,
my
his
god.
roommate was just being a douchebag.
Wow.
And that's why he doesn't room with people anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Aurum thinks of. I had a couple things actually, but I think of when we were all little. There was a cave that had a very small entrance, and only me, Rip Rattle, and Mira could get in there.
Wow, you fucking bullied your Minotaur friend. You fucking
because his horns were
excluded him.
too big.
You
He couldn't
literally.
fit in the hole.
This is like
It's funny.
cyberbullying.
It's all right. He broke it to get
Yeah.
it anyway.
There was probably like a little family of meerkats that was like living there whose lives you absolutely ruined.
Oh my god.
They literally
alright.
had to like flee the scene and like find a new home.
That was our hangout spot. Is in that little cave.
Yeah. In the broken dreams of meerkats.
The broken dreams of meerkats. Fucking meerkats
Those
everywhere.
meerkats. Okay. 1 second. Pull up this thing. Yeah, so you all and you're keeping Juniper with you, right? Like she's pulling the chariot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and like Aurum, you're able to probably get into the chariot or hop onto to stilts with Ego. Or you can walk. up to you.
Options. There's lots of options here.
I'll
just.
Ego can also ritual cast a floating disc, and you can just float there.
No, I'm gonna walk. I'm just as fast as these guys. It's fine.
This is like
Okay.
a weird pride thing for you, isn't it?
Pride, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah, a lion's pride.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's crazy. But yeah, you all find yourself walking for like a couple hours. keeping an eye like on the river. You try to keep it to like your right side as best you can and follow the flow of it while like keeping these images of peeping through keyholes or breaking into things, hiding in caves and little like hidey holes. And sure enough, after those couple of hours pass, you do start to see this very tall like stone plateau that does in fact have like a perfectly circular hole up in the middle of it with light just like shining out. You are like on the far side of the river and it does kind of like fork with like this pathway that's going off to the left is kind of flowing towards you, and both this direction and this direction flow up north into like this direction north. But yeah, they go that way. But yeah, you can see it like in the distance, and you can hear like the sounds of the water like growing a lot stronger. What's everybody's passive perception?
10.
12.
Like 10.
Okay. Oh, is Aurum, is he frozen or is he just very... Nope, he's not frozen.
Oh,
Okay.
I was looking. I'm sorry. My passive perception?
Yes.
15.
Okay. Yeah, so Aurum, you kind of like hear like splashing, and like you hear a sound that's like kind of familiar to you just because like times where you would have to like hunt like a wildebeest or like a little gazelle, like they kind of make like a braying noise almost. And it's kind of like you kind of like hear that faintly like in the distance, and you hear splashing.
I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay, are you just breaking, like, you just running off into the woods?
Hey guys, I hear a noise over here.
Okay. You hear
I'm
noises all the time in the woods. They're called crickets.
gonna go check this one out.
I'd like to stealth and follow.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Alright, Aurum, yeah, you're running, which, everybody had to move at your pace anyway, so are you 30 or 35?
35.
Okay, a little bit, yeah, that's a decent pace. What did you get?
Can I even bring the chariot where he's going?
The road continues, like, it's not even really a road, but, like, the trail continues down towards the water. Whether or not, what happens to it when you need to get to other parts of the water remains to be seen. But you can keep going kind of in that direction. Like, he's veering off, like, you'd have to go straight, and he needs to veer off a little to the right more, but...
Mm-hmm.
I'll
keep by the road as much as I can. Like, but if it starts going to where, like, we need to go where the chariot can't go, I'll probably tell it to stay. Halt. Ponder.
Be still as a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do kind of get the sense that, like, as you're watching Aurum and Clover, like, veer off more, like, you're probably gonna have to park it and, like, get out if you want to go see what's going on. But Stilts is great. Stilts can go anywhere. Stilts is a free woman. She can be on the road. She can ride into the forest.
Yeah, I'll have Stilts follow me because, me and Stilts, we be fighting together sometimes, so if we have to fight.
Yeah.
Stilts is a real one.
Which means that Ego, by extension, is also going. Are you leaving Clapperclaw in the wagon?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so Aurum, you...
like... dragon, it would be funny.
Yeah, Aurum, you, like, run down to the riverbank, and Clover, you finally figured out, like, movement through these, like, dense bushy trees, because these are unlike any trees that you have ever been around, even at home when you were living in the woods. These trees are big, and they are old, and they are, like, magnificent, and you finally figure out how to, like, move through the branches and like do so in a way that your wings just like make a sound like leaves rustling in the wind, and you're not like, ah! So you're pretty stealthy. You're very confident in your
Like
abilities.
old growth trees, like the.
They are very old growth. They are, the youngest trees in this forest are bigger than the oldest trees back home.
Wow.
They're like very, very big.
Okay.
But yeah, so Aurum, you run down to the riverside and you see down kind of like where like this, so there's this fork, okay, and all of the rivers, like both sides of it, converge into a third one, and the flow is different speeds from both sides, and like it also makes a sharp turn, and so there's this like point in the center where all of these like parts of the river converge that is like rough and churning and very like the water is kind of like flowing underneath and almost creating like a riptide of sorts, like a rip current. And you can see that like in the center of this fork appears to be some sort of like creature, like sort of like almost like it's like a horse or something that is like thrashing in the water and seems extremely distressed and is like if you've ever heard like a horse scream, it's like making like horsey scream noises, and it's like really, really like fighting the water, and it keeps getting like dunked under, and then its like head will bob up and it's like trying to fight and like swim, and it can't like get out of the current because 3 different currents are like meeting and converging here.
I look around. I don't see anybody with me because Clover's hiding too good. I feel like I gotta help the horse. I'm going in.
Okay, you're going in. Do you have swim speed?
Yes, because I beat the sumo wrestler.
You do! You do have a swim speed because you beat the Kappa in sumo wrestling! Oh my god!
I forgot
Nice.
about that.
Okay, so you're able to swim really fast, but the current here is very rough, so I do need you to make me an athletics check in order to, like, keep yourself where you want to be.
16.
Okay, what is everybody else doing? Aurum is, like, off, and he is in the water.
My swim speed is my running speed, so I have 35 swim speed.
I mean, I am a horrible swimmer. Who knows if I even know how to swim? And my strength is crappy poo-poo.
Yeah. How far away is Aurum?
At this point, like, he's maybe, like, probably, like, 35 feet from you. Like, if you think of it as, like, a combat round, he has, like, done one movement action.
Okay. And do I have to move into the water to get within 30 feet of him?
No. If you let him keep going any longer, yes, but right now in this moment, like, you could get up to the water edge and be closer to him.
I'll go to the water's edge and see what's going on and say, I don't know what you're trying to do, but, thumbs up, and I'll cast less. You don't have anymore.
Thanks. I'm trying to save the horse.
Are you blessing anybody else, or is it just, like, one...
I'll bless, Ego and Clover, too.
Okay, cool. Everybody's blessed. You feel this little warm breeze and hear this like little lilting tune on the wind, and you feel a little bit stronger. So then, yeah, Ego, not so super confident in your swimming skills. What would you like to do, if anything?
I think, I would also like to get within 30 feet of Aurum.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm running, I'm like reaching into my little component pouch, and I like dip the tips of my fingers into a little bit of powdered iron, and because I'm trying a spell for the first time, so I'm like doing it while running. So I do like these little motion of like the itsy bitsy spider almost with my fingers, and then I focus on Aurum, and I kind of make this camerata kind of pose, and as I stretch it out and touch my fingertips to each other, I will cast Enlarge on him.
Whoa!
Yes.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so we have a large Aurum. And
I'm
then
on my Jade Harley.
Yeah. Clover, anything that you want to do?
I'm weak, and all of my spells are unuseful in this situation, so I'm gonna stay hidden and watching the area in case all this commotion brings a big giant creature from the sky.
Okay.
So you're doubled in all dimensions. You're obviously a large creature now. And you have advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws.
Sweet. Thanks.
Nice.
We saving this horse.
We saving this horse.
Actually, could I drop down the rope that I have in my backpack to the group without breaking stealth, or would that break stealth?
Yeah, you would have to are you trying to give it to the people on the riverbank, or are you trying to give it to Aurum?
No, people on the riverbank.
You think you could stay in the tree cover and kind of toss it out there?
Yeah.
But if you wanted to give it to Aurum, you would have to
No, I would throw it to
pop out there.
to the people on the riverbank if they needed it. Because I have supplies. That's the only thing I have. Nothing else I have can help here.
Airdrop.
Yeah, just airdrop. I think it's
For sure. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That
I'm gonna
works.
stay hidden and looking. That's all I got.
Okay. Let me get you guys over here. This is a very simple, drawing that's not 100%. It's just a map that I found, so we're just gonna use this because it does what it needs to do. Let's see, who do we got? We got Aurum. We got Ink. We got Clover. Okay. Oh, I need to go get your tokens, don't I? I do need to get your little tokens. Copy. Paste. Okay. Token layer. Are you all able to move these tokens that I've just put down?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. There's that.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not in the water.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, no, I just put you there so you guys could see them.
Yeah, and then Aurum would be a large creature now because he's enlarged. So he would be a 2x2.
Okay, let's make him a biggie.
Let's show me a big lion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where did that go? Hey. What the heck?
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to drag an image onto the... I'm just putting a little token down, for the little creature there.
Oh, it's cute.
He's just a little guy. Okay. There we go. And... one more thing. Oh my god, please. Sorry. Tony's really being a fuck right now. Come on. Please load. Please? Oh my god, okay. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Okay. There we go. Alright. So... Aurum, you are large. I'm assuming Stilts is gonna be there. You're just getting into the water there.
Okay.
And this creature is like probably over here. There's no upper bank here, just if theater of the mind. Forsooth, you see more river. That is up here. Like,
Yes.
that's just water.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, so there's this like horse creature that you can see there. You have been blessed and you have been enlarged. We're gonna kind of do like a little rounds thing here, not like an initiative. But like, you guys have had one round. Are you just like swimming? What do you want to do?
I'm just swimming.
Okay. And did you roll an athletics check?
We did last round. Do I need another one?
What did you get on the last one?
16.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able, once you start like getting into the water, you're able to like set a course. I do need you to roll one more if you want to like move whatever direction you want to move in. If you want to be fully successful in that, you do need to roll an athletics check.
Okay.
Or else the flow of the water might.
Yes.
You're a big boy.
Mhm.
Big boy.
25.
Wow.
Yeah. So you have full control over your body in this, and you were able to successfully fight the currents. So your movement is not impacted by like the rough waters here.
Sweet.
So what would you like to do?
I'm trying to understand movement with the massive cursor.
You're like 30 feet from 25, 30 feet from where this creature is.
All right, I'm swimming over to the creature and grabbing it
Okay.
like that. Whatever that was. 5, 10, 15. I don't know. It's hard. 5, 10. I don't
You
know
got
what
it?
was.
Are you where you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Great at these. Uh, 13 plus 3 for 16. Oh, and I get to add a d4 for bless. 18.
Let me check something. Okay. Yeah, you get closer to this creature and like you can hear its screams are like very urgent. But you know, it's not like it doesn't have any sort of impact on you. And you get closer and you said you're grabbing it?
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, I'm trying to help you. Just calm down. I'm going to take you back to the shore. It's going to be fine.
Okay. Yeah, you do that and you're able to grab onto it and you feel something tighten around your hand. And you look a little bit closer at this creature that you realize now is just horse-shaped. Because the creature before you is actually made entirely of seaweed.
Oh.
And I need you to roll initiative.
Oh. I was trying to be nice.
Everybody,
And now it's gonna be-
roll initiative.
It wants to be a donut too, huh? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
You got duped, brother.
Oh no, brother, not
Thank you,
again.
brother. Hell yeah.
Battle initiative. Look, I was trying to be nice to the creatures of the forest, brother.
Brother. Let's see.
I
This
respect
place is
animals.
way more predatory than the other place.
When it was initially described as dark, spooky woods, I was like, yeah, it definitely seems like it's gonna be a bit more predatory.
No, it's nice and safe. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I can swim.
Sorry, I gotta write things down here.
You can also drown.
Yeah.
Likely story.
Okay, 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
17.
Okay.
17.
Hey!
Oh my god.
We all just high five.
Clover, 17. Dawn, 17. Aurum, what'd you get? 4?
Yeah.
Aurum with the forum.
Nice.
Okay. That's great. We love to see it.
Well, goodbye, Aurum.
See you later.
Dawn turns and goes back towards Juniper and tells her to leave.
It's like, take me with you.
Yeah.
We're leaving this place. And put this here. Oh, and then put this guy. Jesus. Okay. So first is this creature.
You leave me alone.
Brother.
Leave me alone, brother.
Yeah, so this creature's going to slam attack you twice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Ten.
That does not hit. Wow.
It's not. It's gonna try to slam you again. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, you are going to take 9 points of piercing damage as you feel these like almost like whips of kelp are like slamming into your body and like pummeling you underwater, and you can feel that like they're trying to grab you and pull you in, but you are so large right now that they actually can't like fully grapple you.
Nice.
And then let's see, we'll roll a coin for what else is going to happen. Orange, green. Dawn, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Alright. Is this magical?
Yes.
Cool. Let's be fucking for real. 25.
Okay, yeah, like you can really feel the urgency, like in this creature's screams, and like there's a second where you're like, oh my god, I need to help it. But you're like, I'm gonna just stay on the shore here for a hot sec, and like you don't feel any sort of like compulsion to go into the water. Yeah. Okay. Ego, Clover, Dawn. However you guys want to sort that out amongst yourselves.
Yeah. I think feeling that weird compulsion when Dawn is normally never ever compelled to help the less fortunate, makes him go, he probably like murmurs out loud, something's wrong here.
Yeah, there's like a commotion happening in the water. It's hard to tell because it's so rough, but there is a commotion.
Yeah,
Splash,
are you good?
Splash, splash.
I don't think he's good. What am I gonna do? Dawn is kind of wary of going into the water with this heavy ass armor. But you know what? He's gonna hold his breath because he has an escape plan, and he's just gonna start going in. 5. I'm assuming it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, because you are in water, you are moving at half speed. And then I also need you to roll me an athletics check to confirm whether, like, what direction, like, you end up going in.
Yeah. Also 25.
Okay, yeah, you're able to move in the direction you want to and successfully fight the current.
So would this be 10 because I went forward, or is it 5 and then everything else is difficult terrain?
Yeah, moving into the water would be normal, and then everything from there would be difficult.
Okay,
so if you have 35 feet, then it would be, you'd have 15 more.
Yeah, 5, 15, 25, 35.
Yeah. Alrighty, anything else you want to do?
I'm basically going under the water, so if I see anything under here...
Yeah, and it's really, really rough, especially when you're wearing heavy armor. This is not sustainable. This is difficult. Like, this is beyond just difficult terrain. Like, this is hard to do. It's very, very rough.
Yeah. Do I see anything under here?
Under the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're looking under the water, make a perception check at disadvantage, because, are you spending your action to look?
Yeah, I'll use the search action.
Okay, then it's just a regular perception check.
Alright. That would be 15.
Yeah, it's tough to see. The water is very, like, churned up and pretty opaque in most parts, but you can see that, like, underneath the water there's this, like, massive, like, colony of very, very tangled kelp. And, like, you kind of get it, you, like, as you're, like, looking, like, you're kind of, like, not even necessarily seeing, but, like, feeling, like, something, like, hard and, like, smooth occasionally, like, brushes up against you from, like, tangled within the kelp.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I would like a wisdom save from the creature that's grappling.
Okay. Where is my...
And I'm gonna fly closer so I can get closer to Aurum.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 13.
That is a fail.
What are you doing to it?
This one. Insinuation. So it is incapacitated. And at the end of each of its turns, it will take that psychic damage.
I cannot seem to pull up the information for the spell.
Here, let me pull. I'll copy paste.
It's like,
it for you.
yeah.
I'll copy paste.
I feel like it says it's UA, it's like not letting me pull it.
Yeah. So it doesn't take its damage yet, but it'll take on the end of its next turn. It'll take that damage.
Okay, I gotcha.
It is insinuated.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that happens.
So as she gets closer, she just starts like growling and like much in the way of her detect magic, her eyes kind of glass over with that reflective light as she makes eye contact with this creature, and the creature's eyes also do the cat eye reflective as it becomes incapacitated.
Yeah,
Mine
and
is
like
filled with the horrible things that Clover will do to it once it once it
Like
gets her
gore.
hands on it.
Infinite gore. Yeah, and like you have that moment where you like lock eyes with the creature as your magic like takes hold in its mind, and like you do see like a single eye that is absolutely filled with malice before its mind is insinuated with id.
Cool.
Anything else you want to do?
No. That is a concentration, so that is all I'm gonna do. I don't think I have bonus actions. No, that's it. And I fly closer. I'm still above the river, but I fly closer to Aurum.
Alrighty. You're flying closer to Aurum. Ego, my friend.
Hey. We did not specify, so we'll change what I do, the answer to this question. When Clover did you toss down that rope to us? Yeah. And if so, did Dawn take it? Because you just dove into the water.
I think it just got thrown on the ground.
Then that must mean it is here. So I would like to probably get that rope tied to this closest tree, which happens to also be right next to me here.
Okay.
Is that an action to do that?
To tie the rope to the tree?
Yes.
I I feel like that's just like an object interaction. But I do want you to roll me a general like sleight of hand check to just see how well it's tied, because this is a heat of the moment kind of situation.
It is a heat of the moment kind of situation. It's a 20.
Yeah. Your mom taught you how to tie all kinds of weird knots. So you're feeling pretty confident in this one.
All right. So let's see. That would probably be at least 5 feet of movement because I have to go do that. Second question. On the sort of river bank, how deep is the water for those first, 10 feet? Because I'm very short. So, out to where it starts getting dark, you would say.
Yeah, let me save this. It very, very quickly drops off. By the point of, this little arrow tip that you've drawn, it's, probably a good, 12-ish feet. It drops off, very quickly. You have, the bank, you maybe have, 5 feet where you can kind of keep yourself up, but, it quickly, drops down into, a very deep river.
Alrighty. Oofers McGoofers. Alright. Then let's see. I've got the rope in my hand. So I will.
Yeah.
Damn, I really don't want to go in this water. I'm so bad at swimming. I will. Ay.
Italy.
I'm thinking.
You're good. Take your time.
So
I'm just bringing the
fast.
Tarascan.
Oh God.
My brain is so huge.
In other
You're
words,
fine.
your
Well-
actions don't matter. A Trask is incoming.
Yeah, we're dead.
Let's see. So carrying the rope out to about there. That's 50 feet.
Okay, yeah. You can
Okay.
get within that first
So-
full square. You can kind of stand. And after
Alright,
that, it's
alright.
deep.
Yeah, let's do that. I've got the rope. We'll see about getting it over to them in a bit. With Big Aurum, I'm guessing I don't have line of sight on the creature though.
It's a lot of humble and jumble. You catch glimpses of it, but it's not in full view constantly.
All right. We will try this then. I will. I focus on some magic, and my entire hand down to the middle of my forearm goes black with putrid rot, and little it's almost like little bugs made of shadow start kind of crawling in and around out of my arm as if it's some sort of burrow, they're inside my arm, and I will shove my hand down into the water, and it kind of explodes out in a little bit of inky black, and I will cast Infestation on the creature as it is just on the edge. The range is 30 feet.
Okay, do I need to roll anything for that?
A DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20. I'm sorry.
All right. That's okay. It was mostly just extra. The big thing was getting the rope. I was expecting that to be my full action. Yeah. My bugs just wash down the river, and I take my arm out and it's clean. And I'm like,
They're just screaming. Little bug scream. Rip.
Their sacrifices will be in vain. That's my turn.
Okay. Ego. From behind you, it's hard to hear other than that there's sudden, very loud snapping and cracking of branches. You begin to hear, emerging from the undergrowth around you, are a few creatures.
Wizard fighting on their own. Let's fucking go.
Sorry, they're a little bit hard to see because they're just like little guys, and they literally look like the plants that are there.
Like, yeah, like twig blights and a vine blight, maybe.
There's that guy. First you see these two like smaller, kind of like Clover-sized creatures pull out of like the twigs and branches of like a nearby shrub in this like vaguely humanoid shape, and like the roots pull out of the ground as it begins to like shamble towards you. Let's see, how much movement do you have, my friend? Not a lot. You're a little guy. Just enough. You love to see it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And a second one emerges and shambles towards you, and then just beyond where Stilts is, there's like this like little like prickly like holly bush that like begins to like unfold, and this like 6 foot tall humanoid shape emerges from it, and it's just like covered with these sharp prickling leaves and like vines curling around that form this like terrible fearsome mask, and it is also gonna come on over towards you, and I'll put what you see in here. That's the big guy. That's the little guys. And he's also gonna post up on you. Yeah, he'll... Actually, he's gonna attack Stilts, because Stilts is right there. So, for the little...
Lose your goddamn
You're gonna lose your fucking... Stilts is literally right there. So the twiggy people are gonna claw at you. The first one, 15 to hit.
Bro, yeah, that hits.
No,
Well, wait,
this is
is that at
ego.
me
This is
or is
ego.
Stilts?
Sorry.
Then
The
a
twigs
15
are-
doesn't hit.
Yeah, the twigs are going for ego. The big guy is going for Stilts. And then the
Ego like hears them coming up behind, and it's like, oh, and it's like, oh, I don't even have my sword drawn. So this is just like a bob and weave in the water.
The next one's also not going to hit. That's a 14. As they start clawing at you. And then against Stilts. Leave him alone! Hey, where did it...
I should have rolled initiative for stealth, but it's fine.
I mean,
I would
you
say
can.
if it survives, you can just tell him to disengage and run away. He's 60 feet of movement.
Actually, Aurum, you and the taller creature go on the same turn.
Okay.
So, is there anything that you want to do, like, that would involve the riverbank, or are you going to stay where you are with the thing in the middle?
I'm gonna stay and fight this thing in the middle.
Okay. Then, go ahead and do that. I will let you go first.
All right. As the fight starts up, my special thing happens.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to describe it, or do you want to describe it?
I can do it. It's fine.
Okay.
I have little, as things start to escalate, a little golden moth just kind of like flutters down and lands on the tip of one of my horns, and then more golden moths start landing on the other tips of my horns.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go.
Yeah. These like little like almost like the golden hour like sunset light like moths begin like coalescing around him.
That's pretty.
I'm gonna try to punch something. That's a natural 1 for the first punch.
Okay.
But I have a bonus action.
Don't you have
punch.
advantage if it's incapacitated?
Yeah, I believe so. What does the condition say for incapacitated?
I don't know what incapacitated means.
Let me pull up the conditions. Hold on.
I know they can't take actions. Let me see here. I got you. It's just
They can't
the
take
people
actions
Can't take
or
actions or
reactions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried,
That's
sorry.
okay. A second punch. It's
That's
fine.
okay. It's still a great condition to put out.
You guys, you'll never believe what just happened.
No,
A double nat
true.
1.
A double nat 1.
that's crazy.
Did you really?
Bro.
I really
Oh,
Damn.
did. I waited all that time. Wait a second.
Ooh.
I have. What does inspiration do?
I treat inspiration as a luck point.
So you could re-roll.
I'm re-roll it. I'll re-roll. I want to land a punch.
Go
Please,
for it.
if it's another nat 1, I'm leaving. I'm getting off for the night.
I drown Aurum.
Wow. Hold on.
You do it. Yeah, you have bless.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are blessed.
Yeah. How does a 11 sound?
You roll me an athletics check really quick.
But
You do have advantage because you are enlarged.
why am I rolling so bad, dude?
Damn, you're so blessed.
Oh my god, my die is just absolutely being a little stinker.
Uh-huh.
Add that D4.
10.
Yeah, so I think the reason why you are missing on these strikes is because you start, like, I think, like, this creature, like, grabbing at you, and, like, you feel this sort of, like, presence, like, that had been trying to push on your mind. Like, you were, like, trying to fight to stay afloat, and also fight the creature, and now you're failing at both. Unfortunately, you missed the creature, and you are starting to get dragged away.
Just fun fact, I rolled 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled 5 dice, right? 1, 1, 3, 3, 2.
Ooh. Oh
That's
my
crazy.
god.
And you are pulled, like, about, like, 15, 20 feet
Opportunity
would end
attack. No.
against Aura. Yeah, fight him. Yeah, the water begins to, like, pull you kind of, like, down and around.
It's forced movement.
It is forced movement. That is true.
I was trying to make an opportunity attack against the creature.
The creature's not moving.
What the fuck?
It's
Wow.
just the water is carrying Aurum away. Because he's,
Goodbye.
yeah, he was not able to fight the current in this moment.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot, Aurum.
Hey,
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Cry.
Okay, you can. That's crying is a free action, as they say.
Jamie's crying. Aurum is not scared.
Okay, well, crying is also a free action for you.
Okay, cool.
Next up is going to be this, like, this razor-leafed, like, creature, and it is going to, let's see.
Stilts
It's
can
going
live
to-
here. Stilts can live.
Stilts can live. It's going to make 2 claw attacks. Does a 21 hit Stilts?
Yeah.
Okay, Stilts is going to take
Oh no, not stilts.
6 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's still live.
You can live.
And as these, like, spiked leaves, like, shred across Stilt's skin, you can see that, like, the blood is absorbed. Because I feel like Stilt still bleeds, even though they're summoned. And, the blood, like, absorbs into these leaves. And, this creature gets more aggressive with its attack as it makes its second attack with advantage.
Oh.
18 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It senses that there's, like, weakness here, and it begins to jump on that opportunity. 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Stilts can live. I can heal Stilts.
Okay. And next up is going to be something else.
Something else. I grew
The
up.
dragon senses another large creature.
The
in
dragon
vicinity.
carrying a Tarask.
Yikes,
Actually, like, this big crystal ball floats down the river. Another hand touches the beacon. That's a Skyrim joke.
I know, no, it's the Merida or Meridia or whatever.
Yeah.
Emerging from this, like, bundle of kelp, Dawn, in front of you, you actually see this like kind of like a
Graph. It's the plan.
you see this like aquatic like flower, like these tendrils like form up as these like big
It's the fucking
like-
flower.
these 3 big orchid flowers that are like almost the size of your head slowly like curl up from the water surface. One is red, one is yellow, and one is orange.
We're fucking done
No.
for. It's
We need
game
to
over.
leave.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Graph.
We're fucking done for, dude. I hate this stupid fucking flower.
Kristy, if you don't remember,
17.
this is the
You
flower
remember-
that we dealt with.
Tremaine.
in Derek's campaign where Tremaine just
Insta-
immediately got knocked out. It's this flower.
What
It's
did
the
you get
one
on the
that,
con
like-
save?
17.
So
It's the one if you fail the con save, you immediately go unconscious, and then it like shoots acid on people. It's this flower sucks.
Yeah, so the orange flower like kind of spurts this like concentrated like gas towards you, and you kind of like feel it makes you woozy for a second, but you're able to hang on to consciousness. I then need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20.
Okay, so the yellow flower, out of like the little like center part of it, shoots this stream of like corrosive sap that is just absorbed into the water, and you don't seem to take any damage from that. And then the red blossom with these like long, like thorny tendrils will lash out at you.
I hate this stupid fucking flower, dude.
This turtle over here is like, yo, what the fuck is happening, man? It's her-
He's just
I
watching the
actually,
show.
this actually might not hit 16.
No.
Yeah, so you feel these like these thorny like tendrils that actually they seem to have like almost like some sort of sticky sap on it, like latches onto your armor, and it's trying to like pull you in, but you're able to pull away. And then yeah, that turtle's down there like, damn, that's crazy. Good luck though.
Damn, guys, I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
Yeah.
Same. I can't hit, so I may as well just watch too. See you later. Ride in the river.
And then we're about to be back up at the top of the round, but let's take a like super quick like 3-minute break because I think we're gonna probably go for another like hour and a half, and I would love a bio break right about now.
Sure. BRB, fam. welcome back.
Oh, I didn't even realize we were fully going back. Hello, we're back. We're gonna get right back into it, because we're back.
Yeah.
With our little creature that may or may not be a Kelpie.
A Kelpie?
What? It's
What?
going... Let's see, so, yeah.
Like
Clover, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Do you have any sort of, like, advantage against any kind of effects?
Charm and fear.
You have advantage against this one.
Okay. Bless doesn't work on saves, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
I
it's
think it
attack
does,
rolls and
yeah.
saving throws.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, attack rolls and saving throws.
Fuck, I have to re-roll that.
You do have to reroll.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta roll other die.
Add the D4.
Girl.
Yeah.
He made it.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
9,
13.
13. I do have inspiration. That's a D6, right? For the recap.
Yes. Don't save it.
Okay.
There's like a moment where like you hear this creature's like screams and you really do almost like you're like, oh my god, I need to get in the water and like I need to like help pull it out. Like Aurum's not helping it, like why is no one helping it? But then you hear this like faint little like tune played on a fiddle and you're like, whoa, what am I thinking? Like I don't need to go in the water, and the bless helps get you out safe. That was the fact that you rolled a 4 was really good.
Is it this creature because it's incapacitated and it takes damage at the end of its turn?
Oh yeah, it does.
If it was this creature, it makes sense. But if it's this creature,
it's this creature.
Okay.
It doesn't get any attacks. But yeah, it doesn't get to.
Okay.
It gets its cry is still very
it's like
hypnotic.
its feature. Yeah.
Yeah, but it will not get to do any sort of attacks against anybody, which
it does
is
get
probably
to make a wisdom save though. Again.
Yeah, he does need to do that, doesn't he? And he takes his damage, right?
He takes the 7 psychic damage.
Okay, and you did that at Is that with 2? Because it says you cast it.
I have to cast it at my highest level. It doesn't let me cast it at first level.
Does it increase the damage though?
I don't think so. Not for this spell.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Damn.
6.
So it'll have to do it again at the next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, that's so. Oh my god, I wanted to grab one of you. Okay. It's still incapacitated. Ego Clover Dawn.
All right. I'm not doing anything that's affecting you guys over there, so is it okay if I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be going over here, so you do you.
All right. Ego sees that these things have moved up, and they're also attacking our flippin' horse. So Ego will kind of just wrap the rope that they're holding a couple times around their wrists so that they can free up their hand. They will start they clap their hands and start an incantation as the one hand, like before, it goes all rotted in black. But the other one, vines and little flowers start to bloom down their hands.
Yeah.
And then they extend one palm out and they stick their fingers through the others and then clasp it down like that. And I will cast Wither and Bloom, which is a 10-foot radius on a point I can see within range. So I'm just going to make it basically underneath stilts, as all of the grass and algae and all of that underneath these plant creatures wither and turns black, where it all starts to grow and blossom underneath stilts. So all of those little truckers are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I don't believe that there's anything for them being plants. It's just a straight roll. And because the material component of this is a withered vine twisted into a loop, the thorns that have been sprouting out of my chest, one of them curls off and then snaps and falls to the ground exactly like what I do with my hair normally when I cast my magic.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so for the Twiggy on the left, he gets an 18.
Okay,
For the
that
Twiggy
passes.
on the right, he gets a 4.
Okay, that fails.
For the big boy, why do I let's see, what is his? That's an 8.
That fails. Okay, so it is 2d6
Okay.
and half on a save. So for the ones that fail, they will take 5 necrotic damage.
Nice.
The one that passed will take 2 necrotic damage. That's fine. Spreading it out between 3 creatures. And I will designate for the bloom, I will have Stilts regain hit points. So he gets to roll 1 unspent hit die, which I already looked it up. A riding horse has a D10, which is great. It's one of its hit die plus my spellcasting ability modifier. So he heals 1d10 plus 5.
Yeah,
How much?
It has 3d10 hit die.
It was 5 points of damage from Wither and Bloom?
Yes, 5 for the fail. So having that, it is necrotic. Having that would be to 2.
Yeah, so the Twiggy on the left and the big guy, the twig on the left resists it, and the big guy is just like very hardy. But the twig on the right, like this like necrotic damage like overtakes its little twiggy body, and it just instantly begins to rot, and it's dead.
Nice.
All right.
And you like, I feel like you, just because of what this is, like you kind of like absorb some of its essence like right into your like chest in there.
Yes, the darkness in me grows. When I release that spell and see that it's all good, I will kind of unclasp my hands from each other. I will draw my rapier with a nice little metallic swing.
Yeah.
Bonus action. Start my blade song. And
Nice.
it kind of starts to vibrate, and the water like around my feet makes little like ripples from the vibrations.
You love to see it. All right, is that your turn?
That is my turn. Thank you. very much.
Excelente. Clover and Dawn.
Yeah. I'll have Dawn probably go now.
Okay.
Because Dawn wants to swing at this thing right in front of it, getting in its way.
The flower?
Yeah, the flower.
Damn, that's crazy. What did it do to you? It's just a lovely flower.
Fuck this fucking flower. But I know I
Said
have
the
to roll
Oath
at
of Ancients
disadvantage.
Paladin.
I know I'll have to roll at disadvantage because I'm underwater. So at disadvantage, I rolled a 10 to hit the flower.
That hits. It's a flower.
I'm gonna smite the fucking flower.
Smite the flower.
Yeah, get this fucking flower out of here.
But don't your smites like make flowers grow? You go like bloom your
Did you
flowers
become
over
a kaiju flower?
Not
Yeah.
a flower hydra. Oh no.
I believe my smite's doing an
Flydra.
additional 2d8. So fuck this fucking flower.
I think you should let the flower do what it needs to do.
The flower will take 7 slashing damage and 4 radiant damage.
Okay.
Damn, the flower's not dead yet?
Nope.
Alright, that's fine. Meanwhile,
Potent.
because that's really all I can do on my turn. Let me see, do I have
But you do chop away at its like little stem, and like this radiant damage like burns away the petals on a few of the different flowers, and like the little like burnt away leaves instead, like, little dandelions begin to, like, grow out of them. Like, nice little flowers. You know that they're not mean little flowers. They're nice guys.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the Kelpie as a bonus action.
Okay.
Because I can do that once for free.
Excellente.
The end of my turn, I'll have Stilts go, who has just recently been healed all the way back to full health with a
Nice.
14. They regained 14 HP.
Nice.
They only have a total of 19.
Nice.
So they're going to rear up and stomp out the big guy.
Go for it.
What's the bonus to hit on a horse? A 6? 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. He's a plant guy.
We love a horse.
And he'll take 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Anything else for Stilts?
Nope.
Alrighty. Excellent. Clover. Rounding out the trio of 17s.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach my hand out towards this guy that's attacking Dawn.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
Oh, that thing is dead. That thing's
Yeah,
gonna
probably. Probably.
We'll see. Okay, maybe. 23 to hit.
Yeah, it's a flower.
Okay.
It's not moving. It can't really fight like that.
Get it,
3
girl.
damage.
Get it.
3 damage. Okay, yeah. This like spectral cat paw swipes at the flower and like latches onto it. You said it was 3.
Yeah.
A lot of the petals are falling off. The flower is looking wilty, but the flower is still standing.
You didn't murder.
You didn't murder the flower. Good job.
I didn't murder the flower.
The only time it's like a non-sentient creature, what's the joy in murdering it if it doesn't bleed, you know?
I feel attacked.
Yeah.
Anything else for Clover? Oh, don't forget, you also have Luna.
Oh.
Unless you wanted to leave Luna in the cart with the Clapperclaw.
What does Luna have?
Let's look.
Oh, she can attack. Oh, she has a plus 0 to hit.
Oh yeah. As a chain warlock, that your familiars can attack.
Mm-hmm.
1 slashing damage if she hits.
Mm-hmm. She can. Well, I believe she can also like take help actions and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Then she'll fly over and help Aurum. Then I'll tell her to help Aurum because I see Aurum struggling to keep.
Yeah, let me just double check.
Well, I do have advantage for swimming. I just
well then
am
never
rolling
mind.
Bad. Yeah.
Maybe she'll go help Stilts.
help the horse.
Help the horse. Don't get
let me
hit.
Just double check.
The only way to help me is to give me dice that won't roll 1s anymore.
Oh.
Need horse armor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, your familiar can. I feel like it can take the help action. I feel like there's no reason that it can't like do that during.
Yeah, she'll go be a distraction over by Stilts.
Because that's like what a normal familiar can do. Yours can also attack because she's special. But
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need to get you a little Tressum token. That's my bad.
That's okay.
I don't have a little Tressum for you.
So she's probably been on my shoulders the entire time, and I just like point towards Stilts.
And she'll nod at you and say, "I'll try my best."
Protect the Zodiac.
The Sagittarius is in danger. Good. That's what fucking Sagittarius deserve.
All the Zodiacs bully the cat, so she's like, "Fuck them."
Our little Sagittarius at home is Keepers.
Let me get this. I'm getting you a little token for her right now.
Oh boy.
Oh, she's on the GM layer, ma'am. There she is.
She's hiding. Ooh.
Let me. Oh my god. I need to like assign her to controlled by Clover. Save. Okay, you should be able to move her now. Nice. Okay, so she takes the help action with stilts. And next up is Left Twig, who he's partially rotted away. Not feeling super happy about that, but he's gonna try to claw at you again, Ego.
Okay.
And it's a 9. It's a 9. I think I know the answer.
Yeah, I'm just moving.
Yeah, they're like a little, he's like stiff, he's a plant, and you're just like, you're like, I'm moving like water, I'm blade singing. And next up is gonna be...
I'm Shadow.
I am Shadow, I am the Night.
Can't touch this.
Aurum and the other creature, the, like, spiky leaf guy.
I'm gonna try to swim back up to the Kelpie.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
18.
Okay, yeah. You can swim back up to him.
So it is disadvantaged to hit, right?
You have swim speed, so you're not at disadvantage. I looked up underwater combat. If you have a swim speed, it's fine. If ranged weapons are fucky, but
Okay.
it did say it's chapter 9 of the player's handbook.
Negates the
Underwater combat. Yeah. Melee weapon attack. If you don't have a swimming speed, it's disadvantaged unless it's a dagger, javelin, sword, spear, or trident. But you have a swim speed, so
Nice.
You're
We'll
good.
Try to punch.
Go for it.
All right, so that was a natural 1 for.
Can you not?
For the first punch? Again, that's 3 nat 1s on my punches. The second punch, however, was a 21.
Yeah. That
Okay.
hits.
Moth Punch.
All right, moth punch. Yeah, so I punch and impact, and then after I impact, one of the moths flutter down really slow, just kind of
Yeah.
like a laggy effect, and they impact with the creature and then explode like a firework into like a gold dust.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. Exploding moths.
I'm also going to I finally hit for once. This never happens. I'm gonna favored foe as well upon impact. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do the extra D4 of damage.
I need you
there.
to give me all the damage types when we're hitting the Kelpie.
Okay. So first, 11 points of what are my claws? Are they piercing?
Your
Are they
claws? I believe your claws are slashing.
Slashing.
Unless it,
Yeah.
Well, actually, the
Yeah.
fighting style says I have to use bludgeoning. So, 11
Okay.
points bludgeoning damage.
Okay. The punches themselves, you definitely feel like it's like hard to get purchase on this creature just because it is this like swirling mass of like little like vines and like seaweed. You definitely like hit it, but not as hard as you would think.
Okay.
You said it was 11?
Well, yeah. Hold on. Add 4 to that, so it's 15 because the enlarged.
Oh yeah, okay.
The enlarged.
So then 15 halved is gonna be 7. So, okay.
And then 3 psychic damage from the exploding moth.
Yeah, that definitely hits. As this like little moth like explodes on the creature's head. It's already like incapacitated with psychic like energy, and it just kind of like reels and like is not a happy camper.
And then
Um,
another moth flutters down and replaces that one.
You said it was 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I should say, did you add a D4 on your punch because you are enlarged, my friend?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I added a D4 for the enlarge, a D4 for favored foe.
Are you blessed?
I am, but I didn't add that to my.
But
attack roll.
that's not for damage. Yeah, that's
okay.
just-
Okay.
That's just it. And then a D4 for my.
We got
total.
D4s flying around.
D4s for days.
You got D4. You got D4s, my guy.
A D8 and 3 D4s.
Gonna
Nice.
redraw your art again, but the ends of your claws are gonna be D4s.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother.
That's it.
The middle finger's the D8.
I'd love to roll more than that once tonight, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel you, buddy.
I'm sorry.
It's happened to me.
Is there anything else that you would like to do?
No. Well. Yeah, no, I'll stay over here. I think.
Okay. Yeah, so next up is going to be our Razor Vine friend, who, like, sees this first twig blight, like, get, like, killed, and, like, kind of sees these, like, the little thorn tendril on you, like, fall off, and it, like, it's going to shamble a little bit over there. It's still within range of Stilts, because it just kind of moves, like, around 90 degrees. And it's gonna do a thing. I need Stilts and Ego and the Twig Blight to make dexterity saving throws.
Bruh. Stilts is better than this.
Does Stilts have the help from?
Yes. Stilts does have help.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Here we go. I think blade singing I have advantage. Let me check.
I don't think
No,
you're
it's
gonna
advantage on acrobatics checks.
Well, I suppose I have to use the help, so I guess I can try to get higher, but I don't think I need it.
Oh no. That's I'm gonna use my D6. I'm gonna
Go for
add
it.
that because I don't want to lose my concentration and stuff.
Stilts got 15.
Okay.
All right. That was an 11. I'm adding 3 from my D6, so that's 14.
Okay. So, you see this, like, this humanoid creature, like, shambles up a little bit closer to you, Ego, and these, like, vines covered in sharp leaves, like, rapidly snake out and latch on and, like, wrap around Stilts and, like, this twig blight and yourself, and you can feel that it, like, it wants to kind of, like, slash and, like, pull against you, but, you and the twig blight and Stilts are all able to, successfully, like, resist these vines that, like, snake through. You only take... Where did my D8 go? That's a D10. You take 7 points of slashing damage halved because you saved to 3. Which, funnily enough, Stilts also takes 3. This is just enough to kill the twig blight, and you basically watch as this razor vine blight, like, absorbs all of the, like, life energy out of this twig blight and, like, absorbs it into itself. And it actually, like, regenerates a little bit. And it, like, grows, and you see new growth on it.
I rolled a 14 on my concentration, so Aurum is still enlarged. May I use a reaction?
What is your reaction?
I would like to activate the Curse of Bedlam and do a thorny retaliation of my
You
own.
can do that! You can!
Alright, so that is the modified Hellish Rebuke spell. So as it reaches out and tries to kind of wrap us with our thorns, I grab onto it, and all of the thorns that are wrapped around me turn black, and new, longer, shadowy thorns erupt back down the same line at it. And it has to make a dexterity save as well.
Yeah, get him. 20.
That uses, okay. Yeah, because these are based on my charisma, which is not the highest. So that does pass, but it does do half damage, same as. So that's 2d10. I rolled a 1 and a 3. Yucky. 4 halved to 2. 2 piercing damage, magical piercing damage.
Nice. Alrighty. Yeah, I feel like we see you, like, do this as these, like, the thorns, like, appear out of you, and there's, like, a single... You don't even notice it, but, like, the camera sees this, like, single Icarus black tear, like, begins to, like, roll down the corner of your eye.
That's exactly what I imagined when I use these, because it's the crying.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. That's that guy, our favorite guy. Our little flower guy. Is not a happy camper. It can move 5 feet. So it'll move 5 feet, because that's what it gets. My special little underwater tri-flower guy. And he's gonna do some fun stuff. Clover, make a Constitution saving throw. $14. Oh, your mic's not working, BB.
Should I use the D6?
So you feel this, like, this orange flower, like, the plant kind of, like, slithers through the water as, like, the core, like, root system of all of this kelp underneath, like, pushes through the silt at the bottom, and this orange, like, flower that's all tattered and, like, partially, like, necrotizing turns up at you, and there's this, like, puff of pollen in your face, but you are able to successfully, like, resist. You feel it makes you very drowsy for a moment, and you feel, like, a little bit sick to your stomach.
I think she, like, she's up in the air above the water, and I feel like she drops a little bit. Her feet, like, touch the base of the river, and she's like, oh no, don't get wet. Flies back up.
Yeah, and then I need Dawn to make me a dexterity saving throw.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel the yellow flower, like, that is just dripping this, like, Icarus, like, corrosive sap, shoots a little, like, stream at you, and you take 5 acid damage at the start of your turn. And then the red blossom is going to turn up at Clover and going to make an attack.
Oh no.
Does a 15 hit?
No! I have mage armor on.
Nice. So this red flower has these, like, thorny, like, tendrils, and they lash out at you, and you feel them, like, trying to, like, pull you down, and there's this, like, sensation of, like, something entering your bloodstream where the tendrils are, like, trying to prick into you, but you are able to, like, pull away and resist before anything serious happens. So you do not get grappled by the flower.
Okay.
Wah. Next up is gonna be my little Kelpie. Okay, so the Kelpie cannot take actions because he's hurty, and he's gonna take 7 points. Where is he? Where are you, Kelpie?
Oh, should I re-roll, or do we want to just continue
You
using?
can re-roll if you want. You can re-roll if you want.
Yeah, it is if it's
It's a D12,
following, like,
so-
Phantasmal Killer
Yeah.
or whatever, Phantasmal Force. A minute.
Let's roll real die. See what happens.
That's not good. It's real dice tonight. Don't feel good.
I guess we'll find out. 12!
Nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Turns out it's just you.
It's just
Yeah,
me.
it's just you. So it takes this damage. It is.
It can make
still-
another wisdom save.
Yeah, it's going to do that, but first it's going to cry, and like, it's still making this noise, this, like,
Yeah.
keening. And I need Ego to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
I'm the king of crying.
Yeah.
You can't get me. Never mind, you might. 12.
Oh no.
Okay. So
My elven blood don't help me. It's not elven blood anymore.
okay, you feel this like very, very strong urge to like get in the water and like be with this creature and like help it. You are incapacitated. But because you are more than 5 feet away from the creature, on your turn, some things are gonna happen. Which we will get to. And then it's gonna try to roll. Is it a wisdom save for the id?
Yes.
There we go.
DC 15.
It's 16.
Yeah.
So it saves out of this effect.
Cool.
You heard it. You got like a good amount of damage on it though with
Better
that.
than I expected.
Yeah. Ego, Clover, Dawn. We're gonna start with Ego.
Fair.
So let's see. Yeah, you Ego, you need to move. You have to spend your turn moving towards the Kelpie by the most direct route, trying to get within 5 feet of it. And this movement does not avoid opportunity attacks.
Okay. Does that mean I would also dash, or is it just my movement? You can decide for yourself. I don't mind either way.
I'm trying to.
If I'm incapacitated, that normally means I can't.
You can't take an
actions,
action.
which
Yeah.
is why...
So, okay. So you wouldn't get an action. You just get your movement, which is going to be halved because you are underwater. Or you're going to go underwater. Also, when you are underwater, instead of holding your breath, you try to breathe normally, and immediately run out of breath unless you can breathe water, which you cannot. So you begin to drown.
Okay. So let me plan out this route because I am blade singing, so I actually have more movement than normal.
Yes.
So it's 4. Now you said that the twig that was in melee with me, it did die from the thorn.
He did.
So there isn't anything that's gonna attack me. So most direct route, I'm just kind of seeing here. I guess I'll be weaving through my friends. So 10,
yeah, probably
20, 30. I mean, it would either be here or here because I can't stop in the. So we'll go here. I think that makes more sense.
Okay, and roll me a quick athletics check.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm sure this is gonna be
okay. 14 minus 2, 12.
Okay,
but I do be drowning.
Yeah. So the current does kind of like carry you a little bit. Like as you're moving, and like you kind of like bump into this flower and get dragged like a little bit over here.
All right. I just have one last question, then you can resolve me. I did say last turn that I wrapped the rope around my wrist a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still have the rope?
Roll D100.
Say the same for my sword. I might lose my sword too. Who knows? It's a 24 on the D100, ma'am.
You do not have the rope. It was a 50. Okay. It was a 50% chance over under. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I didn't say I tied it around myself. Had to fight. Okay. Yeah. And I'm free. Free floating, but I'm actually free sinking.
Let me see. I'm trying to see, like, what is the... Because I know that I have the underwater combat rules.
What's drowning?
Like, what is drowning? Yeah. Because there's no drowning
I will happily
condition.
read it to you. Yeah, so it's suffocating. That's what you're probably looking for. They don't specify. So, okay. Hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier, but you said I tried to breathe the water, so I'm immediately drowning, right?
Yeah, this charm effect causes that.
When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier.
Uh-huh.
So I still have a couple more rounds because my
Uh-huh.
Constitution modifier is +3. But if this isn't resolved by then, at the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying and cannot regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again.
Okay. Okay, cool. I see it now. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
doesn't
in the
come up
water.
often. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
you're in there.
And we don't know
y'all
like
ever
that's what's happening.
And yeah, not necessarily unless you people can spend an action to try to insight check. But like in the heat of battle, like you just see Ego goes into the water. Which is relevant for Clover and Dawn. As you are here fighting this flower, you see like a little hat. Like actually it probably comes
like a
up
shark
and
fin.
it starts floating down the water. First it's a little shark fin and then it begins flowing down the water. And it gets like churned up there, and you see all of this like long, like white hair is like splayed out in the water as Ego appears to be like swimming in there with you guys now. Well, not with Clover, but yeah.
Okay.
Ego's swimming.
I'm gonna lose my sword.
I'm gonna save your
I'm
hat.
gonna lose my hat.
I'm gonna save your hat.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, save the hat before you save me.
Save the hat! We can revivify Ego. We can't revivify a
My
hat.
hat. I know how. No,
I
I think we all know how much we love that hat.
Because if the hat comes off, it's also funny because underwater it's just all
hair.
that hair.
And also your
It's
your
just
like eyes will cross, right? Your little
Yeah, my Elder Cross.
Elder
yeah.
Cross, whatever. Yeah. Your Elder Cross is out.
Yep.
Okay. Is it fair to say that I realized that this creature that's crying is trying to pull us in because it tried to pull me in?
I mean, yeah, you definitely like had you definitely
Okay.
felt an urge like you wanted to help it, but you like kept fighting. It just has this like cry that is like very like pathetic and like desperate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will. Is it my turn? Whose turn is it?
It's both of you. You and Dawn.
I'm gonna chill touch this thing to make it stop. I'm gonna go straight for its throat to make it stop screaming.
Kelpie?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Is it an attack
I
roll
got
or
it.
is it a...
It's an attack roll. Hang on, I'm gonna use a d6 for that, probably.
You are blessed too, aren't you?
Oh, I am blessed. Roll. That's a 16 to hit. I don't know if I should use the d6. I should use the d6.
That hits.
Okay. Hoo-yeah! Another 3 damage. And then I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna fly over top of this flower and get... And, I'm gonna fly over top of the flower, get close to the water, and wait for the hat to flow towards me.
You're getting ready to catch it.
I'm ready to catch the hat.
I just remembered the joke you made to me like very early on when I came into call today about you were gonna kill me down by the river.
Wow, it's almost like I had this
And
plan.
I'm floating down
Down by the river.
down by the river.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so funny. What a horrible way to die if I do, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually horrible.
Yeah.
That's my turn. I guess I'll just hold my bonus action or free action to grab the hat when it comes down my way.
Yeah, you can do that. You can grab the hat.
Thanks.
Dawn. The flower's looking real rough. Clover's catching a hat.
Take one more swing at this flower.
Go for it.
Disadvantage. That is at disadvantage a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
D8. For 7 magical piercing.
That's
Slashing.
yeah. How would you like to kill the flower?
Basically, he like brings his like sword up, and he like feels the water, like the current, trying to push back against it. So what he does is that he turns in the direction of the current, and uses that to help push his sword in through the water, and cut through it.
Yeah, you do, and those 3 little flowers just start bobbing down the river and get swallowed up by the rough currents, and like all the little red and orange and yellow petals are just floating away, as it is very deceased. Is there anything that you would like for Stilts to do? And also, what do you want Luna to do for Clover? You're muted, Beeben.
I want her to go check on Ego.
Okay. We will get to that in a second. For Stilts.
Stilts is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Stilts is out of there. That movement will create an opportunity attack from the Razor Vine.
That is fine.
Okay. Who does no longer has advantage because Stilts is fully healed now.
It's coming back.
25, 30. As he uses his movement, and is going to charge.
Okay. So, Stilts 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Okay. 4 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Okay, and then charged.
Yeah.
Stilts is the meanest horse.
Stilts is going to, do their hose attack.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Yeah, go for it, Stilts.
Stilts was like, I'm gonna run away, and then the guy hit him, and
he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, you made a mistake.
You should not have engaged in violence this day.
16 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, Stilts her hooves like hit the solid wood limbs of this creature, and the wood just begins to crack and fall away. And there's these spiky leaves that are just falling all over the place. It's still standing, looking rough.
Because I did a trampling charge and hit it with a hooves attack, I can hit it. I can make an it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Strength save, okay. 16.
It passes. So I can't make another attack as a bonus action.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I'll have you know, this is how a druid killed a mind flayer in one of my games. They just turned into a horse and ran a mind flayer over and stepped on its little squid head.
I love that. Amazing. Okay, and then you want Luna to go and help Ego?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, or is Luna's checking on Ego, you said?
Check on him.
Right.
Check on him.
Check on him.
And help her if she needs it.
Okay. So let me just pull up. God, so many stat blocks and special rules. Let me pull up the Tressum. Luna can make a a perception or an insight check to see if Ego is okay.
Sure.
It will take in order to fully do the check not at disadvantage, it will take her action.
Okay, yeah, she'll do that.
And this one is not smell, unfortunately, so it would just be a straight roll.
Okay.
You can't sniff that there's no air in my lungs.
You can't sniff that Ego's drowning.
18 for Luna.
Luna is hovering around the water here, checking out what's going on. And I think you would hear in your mental connection, this is really strange. I think something might be wrong with your friend. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's something magical happening here, but I can't tell.
Okay.
I'll
But
come
they're
help.
like very weird right now.
Yeah. She normally never lets go of her hat, so I know something's wrong. I'll come over in a second.
Okay.
In 6 seconds, I'll be there.
Yeah. Alrighty. The twig blight is dead. Aurum,
I'm punching.
roll me a quick athletics check.
Oh, okay. No, let's call it a 10. Wait, I have bless. 12.
Okay. Yeah. You. Oh, wait. 12. Okay. You get swirled around in the current a little bit. Let me just.
I forgot to add my bless on my wisdom save. That's on me. That could have saved. That probably would have saved.
That definitely would have saved you.
Well,
I'm sorry.
you know, that's my
Remember
mistake.
your shit. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
We've all done it.
That's my mistake.
Yeah.
You get dragged
I don't want to get dragged.
away by the current a little bit.
I keep thinking it's you three that have the bless, and I forgot I was one of them.
Yeah. That's just like at kind of, I guess you could think of it like at the start of your turn, so you still have like all of your movement. You're not at half move. Yeah, you can still move. It effectively just made you have to move 10 feet.
I'm coming back. I'm swinging now.
Go for it.
That's 22
Yeah.
and a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Wow,
Can you stop rolling those dice?
That's so good.
That's actually really impressive in a horrible way.
It's so good.
I think your dice is not weighted properly.
I think my bad luck rubbed off on Aurum.
$15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and that's like with your strength, your enlarged.
Yes.
Okay.
And the moth lies down and explodes for 4 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, the moth like explodes in this like golden sparkle of light, and you definitely feel again that damage takes. It's just really hard to find like purchase with your fists / claws in this like creature made of moving plants. But you're able to do that. Anything else you want to do? Huh? What?
I'm gonna rotate over here.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
shit.
This is it.
Aurum, the Frond, you are dead. Twiggies are dead. The Razorvine. Yeah, I mean, the Razorvine has Stilts. Stilts is there. That's basically it. So the Razorvine is going to attack Stilts, who has lost hit points, so the 2 claw attacks are at advantage.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, Stilts. Dirty 20.
Hits.
7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
That might... Ooh. Oh, 14?
14 still hits.
Oh, Stilts, I'm sorry! 8 points of slashing damage.
Stilts, no!
Stilts, no! Wait, did Stilts die?
Stilts is at 0 HP. It's up to you if you say they died.
What happens with... I gotta look up Summon Lesser Steed.
Yeah, hold on. Find Steed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it disappears, leaving behind no physical form. I don't think they can die.
Yeah, so this, like, aw, poor Stilts. These, let me roll a d6 and see. It does not recharge its life-draining vines. That's good. Yeah, so these, like, sharp claws of wood, like, slash into Stilts as this creature is, like, very motivated by the fact that it has drawn blood on Stilts. And then with one final claw swipe, it just, like, smacks her in the face. And she just, like, in a poof of, like, little golden butterflies and, like, fiddle music that becomes very discordant, and little dandelions that instantly wilt, vanishes from the scene. and you feel that connection with her fade. I feel like she sends you a little bit of like a before she leaves. She's like, "Fuck you for leaving me for that owlbear."
Oh my god. I didn't leave you for the owlbear. I'm about to avenge you. Calm down.
And Stilts is gone. I'm not gonna take her away, but I'm gonna move her into the white part of the map. Okay. And then this creature, I mean, it's a plant. It's gonna move. It's gonna move into the water, which is not great for it because it doesn't have a swim speed, but it wants blood. 5, 20, 25. Okay, that's as far as it can get. Oh, okay, it's getting dragged by the water too. Buddy! The water kicks it back to shore.
That's fine.
It can only go that far. But yeah, the water's pushing it away from, like, the deeper parts. Next up is gonna be the Kelpie. Okay. Let's see. A charmed. The Kelpie doesn't have anybody else that it can impact with its drowning hypnosis. Because everybody else is immune. So it is going to make some slam attacks.
Slam.
Clover, you said you were down by the water by the flower, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I'm at level. For sure it can hit me.
Yeah. So it's gonna come over here because it sees a smaller target.
Wow, it's really just
actually,
gonna not... I've been punching it the whole time.
So, as a large creature, you have, like, a 10-foot reach, right? Or...
No.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, well, it moves
depends.
Then it moves
Some
out of your
creatures-
range. It would move because it's going on, like, the other side there.
Journey.
Rip it like a Beyblade.
Natural 20! It
Nice.
happened!
You can hit it. You can
It's
hit
happening!
It's happening! You did it! Let it rip!
Hold on. Reading.
You give it a big hug and heal it.
It's 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
And that's it. You can't do the psychic again?
Nope.
Okay.
You
Okay.
added your D4 from enlarge?
I did?
So you said
Okay.
19?
Yes.
Okay, so that's gonna have down to 9.
You ever just punch a horse?
Okay. You ever just punch the shit out of a horse? I mean, yeah, that's been happening on multiple fronts in this fight tonight. Actually,
They took our horse, we're taking their horse.
Clover, you get an opportunity
we took
attack
them off.
too, because the creature is going to go for the person who is hypnotized. Because that is who it wants now. It's trying to bring somebody into a watery grave.
Okay. I think all I could use is my dagger. I don't think I can use like a spell or a crossbow, right?
You would have to have, I think, like, for the spell it has to be what is it? Is it Warcaster?
Yeah.
For the crossbow, I think it has to be like crossbow expert or something
Okay,
like
then
that.
I do have a dagger in
Yeah.
my boot.
Stab him.
Just kills it.
She would violently stab it to death.
Just right in the jugular.
19
Yeah.
to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Max damage.
Max damage.
Nice.
7 piercing.
Yeah, you are able to stab into it, but like your dagger kind of slips between the fronds of kelp, and while you like are able to cut some of them away, like you feel like, you know, this piercing it with a dagger didn't quite do as much as you had hoped to harm it.
Okay.
Okay. And then the creature is going to come over to Ego and give him a big old kiss.
I I read that my blade song is supposed to end when I'm incapacitated, so I wouldn't have moved out this far, but that's fine. I did take my AC back down though.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it has enough movement to, even if you had been like 1 or 2 squares back, it has enough movement to get to you regardless.
Yeah,
so it's coming for you.
I did not have my blade singing bonus to my AC. We'll see if my weak body flopping around in the water is enough to dodge.
Just call it like the current carrying you or something, you know?
Yeah.
18?
Oh yeah, no, that hits.
It does?
Yeah. Yeah, without my blade song and without being able to cast shield, my AC is 16.
You take 9 points of piercing damage and you are grappled.
Okay.
You saving the orc.
Let me make
Oh, you have
God, I really need to read I don't know if incapacitated automatically was ending my concentration either.
I don't think it does.
Because it doesn't say it in incapacitated, but I'll check.
To me, that's that's like if you're unconscious, because like incapacitated to me just means that like you're.
No, it's not under incapacitation, but under the rules for concentration, it says you lose concentration on a spell if you're incapacitated.
Oh, okay.
So,
then.
So sorry. I really need to read.
That's okay. This fight. I did not realize it was going to really like touch every rule that has ever been written.
Yeah.
So that means
I'm sorry. He's done a bit of extra damage that he technically shouldn't have been able to do.
I mean, the exchange is that you didn't add the bless to the roll, so
that's
a
true.
trade-off.
None of this would have happened if I remembered to add the fucking blast.
Yeah.
So Aurum, you are back to being Aurum-sized again.
Aww. Now I can be dragged. That's not good.
Yeah.
At least now you definitely know there's something wrong with me because my spells are ending.
Yeah, so grappled, your speed becomes 0. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, and then it's going to do another attack against you.
Okay.
It's gonna slam you.
No.
Okay.
Lucky for you, that was a natural 1. So I think at this point you guys are starting to see that like this horse-shaped mass of kelp like surges through the water over to Ego and like slams its body against Ego, and then these like pieces of seaweed and kelp begin to like wrap around Ego's head, which is already like under the water, but like the hair begins to get wrapped up in kelp and is like just slowly like pulled down. As you see like that tiny like purple and like white and black form of Ego like getting absorbed into like the green kelp. And at that we move into our trio of Ego, Clover, Dawn. So Ego, you get to do something. You get to repeat.
Do I get to make a save against
at the end of your turn, you get to repeat a save because you took damage.
But at the end of my turn.
Yeah.
So I don't get to do anything.
No. It says at the end of its turn, like at the end of the creature's turn.
Okay. Well, I'll just
Oh,
do that
nope.
to see if I can.
Nope. You get to do it. You get to do it when you take damage.
When I take damage?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is like literally the longest description for an ability. When it takes damage from a source other than the kelp you're drowning. So you do not get, but at the end of your turn, you do. So you are incapacitated.
Yes,
because
it doesn't break its own charm from attacking me, but if someone else hit me, I would get a chance. But since that isn't what I took damage from, my turn will just pass.
And at the end of it, you can
which means
save.
That's... Okay, so that's 2 out of my 3 before I go down to 0 automatically.
Yeah.
So I will just make the save at the end of my turn. I'll add the bless this time.
Yeah.
So it's a 14, and then plus 4 d4. It's 4, so 18.
Okay. Yeah, you shake off this like effect of just like needing to be one with this like sad creature that needs help, and instantly you're like, this transcends any sort of logic or like knowledge that you have. Like, your physical form is dying, you are drowning, your lungs are filled with water. Like, this is like the ultimate, most base form of panic that a being can like feel. Like, you're terrified right now. Well, you're not terrified. Maybe you're having a great time, but you're in a terrifying situation. But yeah, you are no longer charmed. Dawn and
Okay.
Clover.
I'm gonna pick up the hat and fly over, so I'm on the opposite. If I take an attack of opportunity, I will take it.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna, like, slam a tendril up at you.
Okay.
17 to hit?
Oh, just hits, yeah.
Okay. I need... Oh, actually... Oh. You take 8 points of piercing damage as this kelp, like, latches onto you and, like, stabs into your skin, and you are grappled.
Okay, I'm gonna, as a reaction...
So you... Yeah.
I've flavored it to Holy Rebuke instead of Hellish Rebuke
Uh-huh.
at the creature, so I need a con save.
Okay. 15.
That is just saves.
And it does 21?
Yes, so half of 21.
Saving would have it, right?
Yeah. half-
Okay, yeah. So that would be 10. Yeah. And so technically you do still move to that spot that you're in because it, like, you have to be leaving its range, I think,
Okay.
right? So, yeah. But this, like, star fire, like, trails... Well, why don't you tell us how you Holy Rebuke?
So it's very instinctual, and so her fur on her ears and her tail poof up, and like almost like the static electricity like jumps out and kind of forms those constellations around the Selkie, and like a starlight.
Not Selkie, it's a Kelpie.
A Kelpie that the starlight attack the Kelpie
Yeah.
from the static.
Nice. Yeah, and like it burns away a lot of this kelp. This thing's not looking good at all. But yes, so you are technically grappled, so now your speed
Okay.
is 0.
Speed is 0, but I still have my action because that was my reaction.
Yes.
Cool. I need another wisdom save from this creature.
Natural 20
Fuck.
for a 21.
I don't think anything happens because it was Toll the Dead.
Yeah, it's a
So
cantrip.
she just growls, and that's all she does.
Yeah. Okay, you growl at it menacingly.
Yeah.
Dawn.
My turn. I think they can handle the Kelpie. And I don't really want to fight with the current.
Yeah, you do have to make an athletics check.
No, I don't, because I'm going to use Misty Step.
Nice, okay. Where are you going?
Basically, he Misty Steps, so what it does is he pushes back into the water, and as he pushes back, there's a moment where he just pauses, and then turns into a bunch of flowers and dandelions that just calmly float away. At the same time, basically, like, cutting out from behind a curtain, he appears behind the viney thing, and he's just going to make a slashing attack at the back of its neck.
Yeah, go for it. Shank him.
18, and I will smite if that hits.
18 does hit.
Cool. That is 3 plus. That's not what I meant to do. 7 piercing damage and 11 radiant damage.
How would you like to kill the Razorvine Blight?
Yeah, basically, taking advantage of the fact that it's distracted because it started wading into the water. Like I said, he pushes back and turns into all of those flowers and stuff, and then steps forward from behind the curtain and slams the sword against the side of its neck, and then sort of increases the grip, and cleanly
gorilla grip.
just cleanly slashes through the rest of the way, causing those like blooming shockwave of flowers to go out in like a crescent formation behind him.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and you fully
Like
lock
out.
the head off of that this creature as this like flash of like light and flowers just makes a lovely scene on the spiky little creature, and he is dead. Bye.
And then I'm going to use a
Bye.
no, that's on my action economy for now.
Okay. Well, the Razor Vine Blight can't go. So Aurum's gonna go.
Yay!
Aurum,
I gotta
yeah.
roll for the swim.
Yeah, the Kelpie's grabbing people. You gotta roll an athletics check to make sure that you can go where... Hello? Are you okay?
13.
You have bless.
I was with Bless.
That was with Bless,
wait.
probably.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Right.
How far do I get pushed this time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Funnily enough, you get pushed directly into the Kelpie because I rolled a 7. I rolled a 7 and I went clockwise cardinal directions.
It works. Great. I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike on myself as a bonus action, and then I'm gonna try to hit. Please, God, please.
Please, 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 please.
Natural 1.
No.
Give me it. Give me the natural 1.
Why are you looking like that?
14.
Just hits. That is its
Okay.
AC.
You need to
All
beat
right.
up this horse, dude.
All right, I'm gonna roll the damage in different things.
Is it possible for you to roll total under a 2?
No, impossible.
How would you like
I'm
to kill
rolling
the
like
Kelpie?
6 dice.
Yeah, how would you like to kill the Kelpie? You can roll it to see how hard you kill it. It has 2 HP.
Sure. Yeah.
Cause you have the Zephyr Strike, and you get your psychic, right?
Yeah. So that was 11 bludgeoning,
Nice. So we have to 5.
7
Still kills it.
force,
So 12.
and 2 psychic.
Yeah. So
Whatever
that's
that is.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you like to kill this Kelpie? As it's like actively like pulling Clover. It's like trying to pull her under the water, and like her little leggies are probably like under the water, and she's like, her wings are going so fast.
I think I see my friend struggling under the water now, and I cast Zephyr Strike, and little gold spirals start spiraling around me. I speed up, swimming fast. I punch it. I think it's canon that every time I kill something, I just punch a hole through its chest. So I'm punching a hole through its chest.
Yeah.
But then with the extra speed, I'd like to scoop my friends and lift to the surface if I can.
Okay.
Because I have 65 feet of movement.
Okay. So both of them are currently grappled. Because this Kelpie can grapple. It can grapple multiple creatures, and Ego's like really in it. Which Ego, there's bones all up in the kelp here. Like, this creature has had many victims, but you feel its grip.
One?
You feel its grip begin to let go. Yeah, so like Ego is really down there. Clover is much easier to grab right now. If you want to get like Clover, you should be able to just grab her and go. If you want to get Ego, we're gonna need to roll for it.
Get Ego!
Ego's also actively about to go.
Yeah, I see Ego panicking,
I can
right?
still breathe. Ego can't.
Yeah, I'm getting Ego.
It is the most primal of, like, Ego's a dark and macabre person and like likes death, and it's like the monkey brain like is superseding the emo. Like it's like, wait, this is actually scary.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ego.
drowning is the most primal of
Yeah, I was
panic.
about to
It
say,
is, yeah.
Ego, death comes for everyone one day. Ego, when Ego's about
Wait,
to
not
die.
me!
Holy fucking shit!
Well, I've just been told that like my death will like not be good for like the universe.
Yeah. If you want to get Ego out,
What am I doing? I'm going for ego.
yeah.
With
So
my rocket speed, swim speed.
yeah, you gotta give me. I gotta check something because.
I'll
I
carry
think-
the whole Kelpie if I have to.
Well, so the issue is not even just like raw strength. Like, Ego is like deeply tangled into this kelp. Like, if you pull Ego, like they're still gonna be weighed down by this mass of like plants and like bodies that are wrapped up in it. So I'm trying to think of like which.
Okay, could I do something else? Could I launch up to the surface of the water, take a really big breath, go back down to Ego, and give Ego the breath? And I'm not like that. I'm saving Ego's life, okay?
Yeah.
That's
Ego's
how all
gonna be so
romances start.
confused by kisses because every time that I'm getting kissed, I'm getting something out of it.
It started
Oh my
with
God.
a kiss. Let's go.
No,
How did it end up like this?
If I
Yeah.
if I feel like I can't get Ego out fast, I see Ego's
You-
panicking.
You would basically have to make like a sleight of hand check to like be ripping away the kelp and like unraveling it from her body because she's like fully wrapped up in it.
Yeah, I'm not good at sleight of hand.
So you can go up and give Ego air. There isn't really a check for that. It-
I'll give Ego air. Yeah,
You have
that seems
so
like the
much
easiest thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Ego, Aurum like comes down and just like probably just grabs you and like breathes air into your mouth, which like your airway is filled with water. So like Aurum, you instantly start getting like water because like down your mouth because the volume has to be equally replaced somehow. But yeah, Ego, this gives you basically are like reset for your like you're basically back up to like the breath holding threshold for
Okay.
underwater.
Okay.
A thumbs up.
Yeah. So combat is technically over. But like this creature, it doesn't kill by hitting you, it kills by wrapping you up and making it impossible for you to not drown. So Ego, you would be like basically next up along with the little trio there. What are you like what's Ego doing in this moment? You have breath, but you are still under this water and you're wrapped up in this kelp.
I mean, yeah, it was that late. If the Kelpie was still alive in this moment, I was definitely going to just have the Curse of Bedlam be doing, like, literally doing its own thing, and I was going to do the Succumb to Suffering, because it's just all of that panic. It was going to manifest in, like, an explosion of necrotic energy. With this, I think... I mean, the panic is still there, right? I mean, there's still the water in my lungs. There's still, like, the heart is beating fast. And it's trying to get those, like, few seconds of, like, conscious thought. I feel like, you know, the vision was starting to black out around the edges. And I'm thinking about the ramifications if this is where I would die. So I need to not die.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, because I have a weak, stupid fucking wizard body, did the breath that he give me, can I do a verbal component for a spell?
Yeah, you can. The, like, air that you have, the like, number of minutes equal to your con mod or whatever it is, will be used up by that, and you will be back to your, like, 3 rounds before you drown?
Yeah.
You're basically, like, exchanging your breath. You have to use what you have to cast.
Alright. There technically isn't somatic components for it, but I do want to say, you know, Aurum was like, thumbs up, and Ego nods, and basically does, like, a quick motion, makes a pair of bunny ears, and then goes for a hopping over a log, and I will release the verbal component and Misty Step.
There you
Yeah,
go.
what so
Jack, be nimble. Jack, be
Orm's
fucking
like,
quick.
what signs are you making to me right now? I thumbs up, and you're doing a bunny.
It's my way to remember the spell because I drew it. I drew Longscarf for my Misty Step. So
Yeah.
yes, I will Misty Step to the shore and then immediately proceed to start throwing up water on my hands and knees on the shore.
Yeah, what does it look like when you I think in this moment
When I
you
Misty
go to
Step?
like you go to cast Misty Step, but like I think there's like because there was still that part of you that you were like, I'm willing to like harm myself to kill this creature to get away, and I feel like it's literally like all of you see these like thorns erupt from Ego's chest as he casts the spell, and they like slam like tentacles into the shore and literally like pull Ego's body out for the Misty Step, and you're basically like self-yeeted like onto the shore, and like all of you hear this like distorted like wailing of like thousands of voices in absolute agony as Ego like lands, and then they like fade away.
Awkward.
Hair, a mess. It's just a shower curtain of white hair, and I'm just throwing up fucking water. You know when you throw up and you cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like
Too real. Too real.
Don will scoot over and awkwardly do the robotic pat-pats on the head. Like, hey, you didn't die, you can stop freaking out now.
I'll fly over with this hat if I fly over.
Pat, there. One.
Aurum, if you're like moving out of the water as part of your Zephyr Strike, because you literally have so much movement.
Yeah, I have so much speed.
There's like basically like this little cloud of like these golden moths basically just like carries you out of the water.
Yeah.
Like you're just like blown. They just like a cloud of them like flies like past you as if you're caught in this like massive swarm, and in that movement they just like drag you out of the water and like pull you along.
I'm also coughing on,
Yeah.
on the beach.
I put your hat back on your head, Ego.
Stokes is kind of mad at me, but I hope it knows that I did avenge it.
I tried to.
Why don't we find
Oh.
somewhere dry and safer to maybe take a rest? Yeah.
Nodding.
Yeah.
Did I lose my sword in the river? I let go of the rope.
Roll a d100.
I might be going back to Mom's scissors.
You still have your
Not
sword.
94.
You still have your sword.
Nice.
You're like, fuck the safety of a rope, but I will not lose this weapon.
Let's
Wow.
make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at the busted up, like at Don's feet, because we're all by Don. So I look at the busted up like tree blight. And I'm like, I have the perfect idea for firewood.
Yeah. And I think with that, we will call it a night.
Yeah.
Because that was some lengthy combat.
That was
And it got a little hairy there at the end.
That was almost
Yeah.
really bad.
That was
almost
cool.
pretty fucking
That
bad.
was fun.
I got a big old kiss from a lion.
did.
Man.
You
It
did.
was
I didn't
Ego-
kill anyone.
He used tongue. No, I'm just
Ego
kidding.
rocking
No.
with 2 kisses in this campaign.
Yeah.
that doesn't count. It doesn't count as a kiss.
I'm telling.
It's just
I'm telling your husband.
Wow.
CPR. It's
my
CPR? Question mark?
It is.
Oh my
it is part of.
God.
Yeah.
Oh
The breath
my
of life.
God. That's crazy.
Listen,
Wow.
if you're stuck and I had to do a sleight of hand, there was no way. Especially with how I've been rolling, there was no way.
Well, I was really, really racking my brain because I was like, I have no breath. I can't Misty Step. I can't make a floating disc. I was like, I'm just gonna be whisked away. Down. I'm like, I'm free from the Kelpie, and I'm still gonna fucking drown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it gets pretty deep down there in the middle, and you were down there and you were in it. It's not fun. That was a little spooky.
Spicy.
That was fun.
That would have been crazy. Thank you guys for your patience as we had to go through 1 million different obscure niche rules that only get used like 5% of the time in D&D.
I wish that they said in the incapacitated condition that you automatically lose concentration. You have to go to the rules for concentration,
Yeah.
and it will say at the very bottom, you also lose concentration if you're incapacitated.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah. Because I did not. That's news to me. Yeah. Well, thank you for your honesty on that one, and good job, guys. You survived my Kelpie.
Thanks for the encounter. That was fun, Vic.
Yeah, it was.
That
Really
was that was cool.
I've been waiting to get you guys with a Kelpie since literally before the game started.
Hell yeah.
Well,
What is scarier than sirens, in my opinion? Or maybe
Yeah,
not. I
that
haven't
was
fought
rough.
a siren in a while, but definitely scarier than harpies. Harpies you can just beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
leave it to Aurum to cause problems again.
You know, hey, he helped.
Leave it to a
might have
horse.
he might have caused the problems, but he also solved them in the end. If you think about it.
Saved my life.
Yeah.
Your life wouldn't have been on the line in the first place.
That's okay. You were. It was done out of a good-natured intent. Even if it did result in some craziness, the others didn't have to follow. You know, they chose to.
Yeah, I think even though Ego said in their dream, like I don't want to die, but they had that like, well, I will die if it will like save everybody. I think a moment like that makes you have that internal like, oh, like for all of my emo-ness, like I do want to live.
Yeah.
So like,
I know. I think Ego's gonna have some big thoughts to reckon with now.
am I
Being
free?
faced with mortality in
Oh
the
my
truest, most
God.
visceral
Right
sense.
out first.
Well, hey, thank you to my players as always for joining me. That was super fun. Thank you to those of you who may be watching this now or in the future. We appreciate you being here. Don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp, Cardboard Castle Games. Oh god, Sirenscape. Join our Discord. Subscribe on our YouTube, please, if you could be so kind. Anything else?
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you more.
I love you as well.
Happy 1 day late birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
happy
it have
one
been
day
funny
birthday.
if I died?
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
God, that I would like if you had reminded me of that right after. And happy almost birthday, Jamie. That would have been so.
It's almost time.
It is almost time for the lad.
Soon.
Birthday
What?
week!
Yeah. Hey guys, next time you are faced with the crushing reality that death is upon you as you are pulled into the depths of the abyss, into the watery embrace of a Kelpie. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Hey.
And we will be back here next week. We will be off the following week because it is Thanksgiving in the United States for most of us that are here. So, yeah.
Yes. I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
See you next time for making camp and going into a plateau with a hole, maybe.
Oh boy.
And going
Yeah.
down by the river.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Ooh, love you, bye.